大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。
君たち俺が絶対に守る。君たち俺が絶対に守るから。
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。行くわよ。終わりよ。耐えた。待ちなさい。
ライトニングボール
スタースプラッシュ。キリト君は私が守る。決める。今。行くわよ。トリプルキル。Legendary! Double kill! Triple kill!
How will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying, without trying? And how will we ever see if we're meant to be instead of flying, instead of flying? That we're meant to be. We're meant to be.
私はアスナ。そしてこっちが。
どうもキリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
ああ、チームワークか。
あ、ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょう。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリトくん、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ああ、ありがとうアスナ。このゲームはとても有名でプレイヤーもたくさんいるって聞いてるから、がぜん腕が鳴るぜ。
そうだね。それじゃあ早速ログインしてみよう。
ああ、リンクスタート。
一緒に戦う仲間もいるよ。
よし、行くぞ。
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。
君たち、俺が絶対に守る。君たち、俺が絶対に守るから。
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。行くわよ。終わりよ。耐えた。待ちなさい。
ライトニングボール、
スタースプラッシュ。キリト君は私が守る。決める。今。行くわよ。
everyone! We are back here again at the Kaisaya Community Cup for Arena of Valor. And yes, you are seeing it's me once again as your host, and I will be joined with Vittorio. Vittorio, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine now, Kaisaya. Thank you for asking. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited, especially that we are now on the day 5 of this event. We actually have a total of 14 days for the Community Cup for Arena of Valor. For the Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines server. And right now, what you're currently seeing on the screen are teams PDeye indexing on the blue side and team TheGiantKilling on the red side. But before we discuss more about what is currently happening on the draft, I just want to thank our sponsors who supported us in this event. Of course, thank you so much to Garena AOV Indonesia, Richard Tyers, my supporter from Scotland, S-Rank Gaming, they're participating in this event as well, and also of course to Arthelian Gaming, who also has a team and participating on this event as well. So do support them. Their social media channels or links are also in the caption. So yes, so right now, okay, actually, before the draft as well, I want to inform our viewers that we have a giveaway ongoing on this stream. All you have to do is to type !notify, alright? And make sure you share the live stream on maybe on your wall or anywhere else, preferably on your wall, and make sure to set it in public and add the hashtag KCCAOV. So yeah, the giveaway will be 500 vouchers from, of course, care of Garena AOV Indonesia. And now, all right, let's head on to the draft. Vittorio, what are we seeing so far?
Yeah, we've seen the normal bans, which is Laville, Kira, Payne, and Ellender, that we all know is being banned ever since day 1. And the first pick that the indexing team got was Krizix. But I don't know. I don't know how effective Krizix can be as a first pick. But I like what TheGiantKilling took. It's Zip and Dirac, which are both very, very OP heroes in the early game to the late game.
Yeah, for sure. I do agree on that one as well. But of course, it all depends if this Krizix will be able to set up really good ganks. But if I would just want better support between these two monsters, I'm gonna go for Zip. I mean, you know, the shields, the CC that this hero provides. But of course, again, it will all depend on the execution. But the mid fight that we're seeing right now, it is a Dirac and a Gilder. What can you say about this?
Gilder is very, very good, especially if the team, the composition of the enemy team doesn't have a lot of stuns. But I don't know. I don't like how they pick Gilder. The other team already had Zip and Dirac, which has a lot of CC that could disrupt the special skill of Gilder. So I'm not sure how Gilder can be effective in this lineup, but maybe in the execution, maybe.
Yeah, definitely we have to see how they will be able to execute the play that they are planning to do in here. Meantime, I think that is a good Omen pick onto the side lane, onto the Dark Slayer side. But let's see, maybe let's ask, you know, a professional player like Vittorio, what is a good counter for an Omen?
Yeah, actually, Omen is not good against CC type heroes. He doesn't fare well against Dark Slayer, the DS laners like Richter, Florentino, maybe Superman. If you really, you know, if you just push him around and just don't let him farm, his kit is more geared to catching marksmans.
Yeah, for sure. And by the way, guys, we are also live. Were you able to double check, Vittorio, if you're also live in your Facebook page? We should
yeah,
be.
we're also live in
We're also
Vittorio
live
Gaming.
on Vittorio's Facebook page. So if you're also watching in there, I don't know if he'll have a separate giveaway, but yeah, for the 500 vouchers one, it is happening here on my page. So yeah, the support Vittorio as well. Can find where his Facebook page is down below his name, right over there in his camera. So Alright, we're done with the banning in here. Based on the bans that we're seeing, do you see any clues as to why these two latter heroes, as to what is the reason why these are the latter heroes that they have banned in here? It is a Crickneck ban. What does it say?
Yeah, well, Crickneck has a lot of bursts as an assassin hero. So they're mainly going to ban Crickneck just because they want to protect Violet, so that the Violet could be able to last the clashes longer.
Oh, by the way, these are two Indonesian teams, so shoutouts to Hendra Iusento, who is currently watching on YouTube too. So yeah, okay, this is a Hayate getting picked up by team TheGiantKilling. Is this a good pick? Laville is open right now, but they opted for a Hayate. What can you say about that, Vittorio?
Well, Hayate is good hero if the enemy comp is not CC based, but I'm not even sure why the picks they're using here in Indonesia, these two Indonesian teams, they're not exactly countering each other.
So maybe they want to opt in for their comfort because, well, this is the lower bracket right now, and this is just the best of one, all of the matches in the lower bracket. And I feel like that's the reason why they're not really that much of countering each other is because the risk of being here in the best of one, you know, there's really not much time to save heroes for later rounds because there's nothing as such. And yeah, maybe sometimes comfort is the key for these teams. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe they just pick their best picks,
Yeah.
and because it's a best of one, it's a do or die for them, so they want to go out with the best heroes that they can.
Yeah, the best heroes that they can play and they're comfortable with. But yeah, this is a Zill and Zephyr's matchup. Quite a tanky jungler for the side of the TheGiantKilling if they lock that one in. Not gonna be having a problem in case Kha'Zix go for a set. But yeah, we're done with the draft. To those who are currently watching us, watching right now, let us know in the live chat who you think has the better draft. To those who are asking, Isus Wenceslao is asking where the YouTube link is. Yes, if you guys are having trouble or if you are annoyed watching on YouTube, I know how sometimes it can laggy it is when you're watching on Facebook. So yeah, we are also live on Twitch and YouTube. All you have to do is to search Kaisaya too. So yeah, it will just basically appear there, so no worries. And here you go, just a quick rundown of the hero and player lineup for the side of team PDeye indexing. We have in here Kha'Zix for Bok, Violet for T Victories, Zill for A Lot, Gilder for Once, and Lubu for Bakpauku.
For the TheGiantKilling, Formica at that Omen, RMD using that Hayate, Ryota using that Dirac, Bootleg using that Zip, and Munduma using that Zephys.
And yes, here we go. We are loading into the battlefield. This is gonna be so exciting. No. Well, in the first few minutes of the game, of course, what we want to see is how these teams will position themselves. Based on the lineup, Vittorio, which one has the better potential in here in even going for an invade?
Yeah, I think the TheGiantKilling is in a way better position. They have that Zip, but I see that the Zip is not delaying the creeps.
Oh yeah. He's the one who's late though, so he's late in a party. He won't be able to even poke out a few members coming from the side of PDeye indexing. But yeah, so as a Zip, sometimes what you want to do is to delay the minion waves in the mid, so at least, you know, your opponent's mid laner won't be able to farm. Right now in the current meta, there are more golds given onto the middle lane, so it's kind of worth it, taxing even and even delaying the minion waves there. But yeah, what else are we seeing in here? What can you say about their initial rotations?
They're both playing it safe. As I said, they don't want to add that risk factor on their chances to win and farm. So they're just relatively playing it safe.
Oh, off cam. not really off cam because I was actually looking at that. A tussle was ongoing onto the top side. Lubu dominating Formica right over there on the DS lane. What was that matchup on the top side? Is it really that Omen is really on the losing side?
Actually, if he lets the Lubu use his passive, he lets him accrue the passive of the Lubu, he's definitely gonna be in the losing end, even with his second skill, which has damage reduction and speed. Like I said, he's not good against DS laner matchups right now in the current meta.
Well,
Especially if the DS laner is tanky.
for sure, but for the meantime, we're seeing a fight ongoing here onto Abyssal Dragon's side. PDeye indexing will be able to steal away that objective, and at the same time, that Sentinel is still even available for taking. And not only that, it was actually Violet getting 1 kill already on the bottom lane part, not really on the bottom lane part of the map, but instead onto the jungle camp of the TheGiantKilling. Not too sure though if they were able to even steal the blue buff onto the side of the TheGiantKilling, but what so far we can see right now that there's a slight advantage in terms of gold for the side of PDeye indexing. But of course, we can say that PDeye indexing is already on the upper hand because this is just the early game time and a lot of things can still happen. So Vittorio, what can Team TheGiantKilling do in order for them to at least make a catch up in terms of the farm?
I think they should set up a good ambush, especially they have a Zephys and Zip, which when a Zephys comes in bursting out someone in PDeye and then the Zip saves the Zephys, I think it's gonna be a big part of how they should play out their strategies here in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Might just be a setup being planned here into the bottom lane part of the map. Majuma jumping in, and there goes the Gilder's setup. Everyone's just clumping all together, though. Once is super low and HP will fall down. Yes, indeed, he will fall down. And the rest of the gang of Team TheGiantKilling wanting to go play aggressive. That is a really tanky Zephys right over there. Not even dying for once as of yet. And at the same time, 3 members on the side of Team TheGiantKilling. 3v1 situation. They really want to get the turret. And I think Bok needs to back away and or just basically clear up the minion waves for the meantime. They weren't able to push, but good news for PDeye indexing. They were able to save the turret anyway.
I think the Violet had disconnected in that clash. That's why they weren't able to. Yeah, they weren't able to burst down that Zephys immediately.
Oh, I did not notice that. But there you go. We have a 3-minute pause allowed for each of the teams right now. So, any thoughts on the matchup so far?
Yeah, I think that clash overturned the gold lead that PDeye indexing had. I think there was no communication on their team. Their Violet was already missing, but they still went for that clash instead of using a pause.
Yeah, because they are not allowed to pause while there is a fight ongoing. So it is good that Team PDeye indexing respected that rule rather than getting a warning or maybe even getting disqualified from this match. But we are now about to resume onto the game as the pause has been lifted. And Violet is once more back to victory, said this Violet. And yes, an objective is available for taking. Yeah, Bok, that Krizix will be pausing that for the meantime. I'm not too sure though what we might be expecting on the next rotation that they will do. But for the meantime, it's the junglers wanting to farm and get more gold for themselves. TheGiantKilling already starting off the Abyssal Dragon. Let's see. Oh, Bok will be trying to go for an initiate. No steal for them, but they were able to pull off a setup. That is a good combo coming in from the Krizix as well as the Gilder. They are chasing. Are they gonna chase? A lot doesn't have that much HP. So as his ones, and they will just fall back. But I think that was a 1-for-1 trade. It was TheGiantKilling the Abyssal Dragon, but at the same time, PDeye indexing, getting 1 kill, and they even have an opportunity in taking this turret at the bottom side part of the map. There you go, jumping onto Violet. Was that Zephys, but unfortunately not being able to secure a kill. But Zell will fall down, and another 1-for-1 trade. So overall, it was a 2-for-2. But for you, Vittorio, what do you think in general won that fight? I think it was PDeye indexing because they took a turret.
Yeah, it was PDI indexing, and also they shortened the gap to 0.5k. At the same time, like I said, I didn't like that Hayate pick at the first, especially with all those CCs lying on PDI indexing. You saw he just used his special skill and he got interrupted by that Gilder. He wasn't even able to use that special skill for 1 second. Rendering the Yate useless at that clash.
Oh, but on the top side, if 3v1 situation ongoing right now, I don't think Formica will be able to back away, even though he made use of an ultimate to catch a target. There were no backup coming from his teammates, the Giant Killing, so that's another casualty going on to the side of the Giant Killing. What might we be expecting on the next games right now in here for the current match? Because right now, they got a position, a good map control actually over onto the bottom lane part of the map. Can Team PDI indexing go aggressive now that they got an advantage? But look at the gold, it's just quite even.
Yeah, I think PDI indexing is still gonna get the advantage. They control the river, which is very, very vital for ganks. I don't see how effective their zip in this matchup for the rest of the clash, except for the first clash where Violet was missing.
Oh, again, a flicker in a setup incoming from Krizix. And there you go. I don't think Formica once more will be able to do anything. How many times Formica getting ganked onto the side lane already? I'm pretty sure that he's quite getting annoyed that you know, he's someone the main target. He's someone the main target already by Team PDI indexing, and yeah, he's gonna go back alive after 4 seconds, but another action might happen somewhere in the jungle camp. Oh, never mind. The Luba backed away anyway. Yeah. So, what can you say, Vittorio?
Yeah, like I said, PDI indexing is controlling the river, so the vision wasn't there. And you saw how easy it is to gank that Omen at the bot lane without the first tier tower.
Oh, again?
And they don't have... Okay.
Yeah. I mean, close to death was that Hayate on the top side. So do you think that the draft of the Giant Killing is just as bad, or they're just not executing it well?
They're not executing it well. The Zip should be always still controlling the river, but here comes a clash. Kaisaya.
Yes, fight is ongoing on to the top side. One casualty already. Ooh, the ultimate coming from the direct did not connect to anyone. So the Kamehameha wave was put into waste. Meantime, though, there's an overextended Hayate in here. I don't think he should have just... He should go for a defense onto the top side. Fortunately for him, Krizix did not catch him and did not even plan on catching him. But that was another space created for the side of PDI indexing to, you know, dominate and even maybe further catch up on the chances for them in terms of winning. But yeah. Owen is back alive again. He's all alone in the bottom part of the map. Seems like the gang on the side of PDI and indexing wants to catch him. But this is now a more map-aware Formica. More map-aware Formica. Are they gonna go for a catch? Ultimate placed onto that Lubu, but the gang onto the side of PDI and indexing would want to go for a defensive play and save their teammates. So no casualty on the side of PDI indexing from that fight.
I don't like how they're rotating here on the mid. The Zip is just here in the mid, so they don't have any vision of when can they engage freely. Yeah, he's just following his teammates in this mid lane. What a Zip user should do is in the first early game, he should have delayed the creeps, which he didn't do. And now in the mid game, he should be the one looking in the bushes, which he always fails to do. So that's why they don't have any eye.
Oh, onto the top side though. The Lubu is... Oh, that ultimate coming from the Hayate did not connect. Unfortunately, Lubu was quite mobile, having the dashes available for himself, saving his life. So, why is that team, TheGiantKilling, having a hard time catching up a target? And, you know, I feel like they have the kit to do that. You know, they got an Omen to catch target. The stuns coming up from the Kha'Zix is a good way to catch a target too. Even Zephys.
Here comes a flash again, Kaisaya.
Oh yeah, yes indeed. It is another fight ongoing in here onto the riverbed in the map right now. Getting bootleg trying to go for his setup, but he's super low in HP. I think he will just fall down once more. But fortunately enough, that was quite an overextended play by team PDeye indexing. Still bootleg. Look at how Zip is such a good hero. I mean, he was close to death, but because of the shields and everything else, he's still all alive. I thought he will die already. A lot in here. Looks like he's quite overextended. He will just fall down because of that aggression. And look at the save done by the Kha'Zix. So, is there hope and is there chance now for the side of Team TheGiantKilling to make a comeback, Vittorio?
Still hope. I'm not very convinced of why PDeye indexing is still way behind in terms of their gold. You can see here Lubu is getting bursted down by the Hayate.
Well, yeah. Now you know what I can see now the chance of Team TheGiantKilling, the red side, in terms of even making a comeback. The gold gap is not that huge. And there is a factor as to why. It was maybe, you know, Muduma, that Sephi is just going for, you know, just, okay, we are at a disadvantage, but let's just keep on farming. And now this is bootleg, this Zip, being quite tanky already, hard to kill support already. And look at the stuns. For as long as it will connect, it could even set up a team fight.
TheGiantKilling has way more potential in their draft. They just need to be smart about everything that they should be doing. It would really rely on how the Zip is able to keep his allies alive in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Oops, that did not connect to any.
Ultimate.
As you can see, Omen got bursted down by the Violet. That Omen is just too not map aware.
For sure. Ooh, come from the Gilder. It did not connect. They're gonna fall back for the meantime. We are now at the 13-minute game time. Oh. I'm just wondering though. I mean, it's right now. It's so hard to tell who's gonna get the win. But I just love the I just love this Zip so much. Like whenever I see Zip, I would usually say that okay, this team has a higher chance of winning because of how good this hero is in terms of setting up team fights and saving his teammates. But for the meantime, let's take a look at the action that's currently happening onto the bottom part of the map. As you can see in there, the Zephys will fall down. Violet is still pre-hitting somewhere in the backside. Bok creating space for his teammates, frontlining and eating all of the damages being done by team TheGiantKilling, and Dirac will even get the last hit on that one for Mika. Ooh, was he safe? Yeah, no, for Mika died.
They both died.
Yeah, unfortunately, that he wasn't able to be eaten by that Zip, and this will let Team PDeye indexing to even take a turret onto the mid side. Ooh.
See that mid-action clash going in favor of PDeye indexing, but the gold lead is still at this almost the same. There's still a lot of chance for TheGiantKilling to make a comeback at this game. Yeah, if you guys see, the greatest gold lead in TheGiantKilling is the Hayate at 10.2k, and the Violet on PDeye indexing is at 10.7k. So there's still a lot of time. The marksmen are mostly the ones carrying the gold in both of these teams. I think the TGK should be always smart about the clash. The Zephys and Omen was very ill positioned at that bottom clash. They were ganked by 4-2-2. So, and that Omen just got bursted down by that Violet without any chance of retribution.
For sure, and now it is, I think, the moment of chance for the side of PDeye indexing to even further up the gold lead they currently have. This is now past 15-minute game time. They even got that buff coming from the Abyssal Dragon, but onto the top side, let's take a look at what's happening in there. It is a defensive Hayate right now, wanting to clear off the minion waves, but an action is happening onto the bottom lane part of the map. They got the Dark Slayer in there, they have placed it there, and they will not be waiting any further. They will want to finish the game ASAP. 3 members left onto the side of the team TheGiantKilling, and I don't know how team TheGiantKilling will be able to make a defense onto their base right now, because they are getting dominated by team PDeye indexing, and I think this is gonna be it.
Definitely, this is gonna be it. There would be no one defending that base, and game 1 goes to PDeye indexing.
Ooh. Well. PDeye indexing, congratulations. You're moving on to the next round in our lower bracket, but unfortunately, TheGiantKilling will have to say bye-bye from our tournaments. But of course, still a huge thanks for joining our community event. But yeah, what else can you assess from the fight that we've seen a while ago? I mean, overall, what can you say?
Overall, the positioning was always with PDeye indexing, and I think what happened here was TheGiantKilling was in a very bad rotation place. The ones defending and pushing was the Hayate in the top lane, who was skirmishing with that Lubu, when it would be more effective if that Hayate was the one defending at that bottom lane instead of the Omen, who was just soaking up the damage of the Violet. And we all know a farmed Violet could always burst down and eat even the most tankiest tanks.
Yeah, for sure. But yes, guys, to those who are watching right now, you can also share what you thought about that fight. What went wrong for the side of Team TheGiantKilling, and what went right for the side of Team PDeye indexing. For sure, we would love to read your analysis from that best of 1 match that we saw. But for the meantime, it is me and Victorio going for a short break. Later on, you will be able to see the action between Team Random from Indonesia and Team DEUS BELLATOR from the side of Philippines. So yeah, don't go away, guys. We'll be heading on to a short break.
I am Heaven's will.
Domo, Kirito です。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
ああ、チームワークか。
あ、ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょ。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安 心して。そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリト君、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ああ、ありがとうアスナ。このゲームはとても有名でプレイヤーもたくさんいるって聞いてるからがぜん腕が鳴るぜ。
そうだね。それじゃあ早速ログインしてみよう。
ああ、リンクスタート。
一緒に戦う仲間もいるよ。
よし行くぞ。
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。
君たち俺が絶対に守る。君たちは俺が絶対に守るから。
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。行くわよ。終わりよ。耐えた。耐えた。待ちなさい。遅い。今。耐えた。今。待ちなさい。
ライトニングボール。
スタースプラッシュ。キリト君、私が守る。決めれる。
And we are back here at the Kaisaya Community Cup Arena of Valor series for the month of July. It's still me, Kaisaya, and with me is Vittorio. But of course, before anything else, yes, you can see the draft, guys. I just would like to thank our sponsors first. Of course, Garena AOV Indonesia, Richard Tyers from Scotland, S-Rank Gaming, and of course, Arthilion Gaming. Alright, and of course, if not for them, we don't have more exciting rewards, not only for our viewers, but also for our participants. So if you would love to sponsor this event, you can still do so. So just message me on my Facebook page, and yeah, let me know if you want to sponsor, and you can help in small ways or huge ways, the way you can for our team. So yes, let's talk about the draft. This is Team Random from Indonesia and DEUS BELLATOR from Team from Philippines. So what can you say so far on the bans, Vittorio?
Still the basic bans, but I think the Team Random already banned that G-Rack just because of the crowd control that he can do, and also the disruption that he can do in those clashes. Since they'll be picking the Laville as the first pick, which is a counter for which G-Rack can counter.
Your favorite though is being prioritized by Team Random right now. I'm just curious. When you see a Laville, do you always almost say that, okay, this team already has a higher chances of winning, just alone having a Laville on a team side?
Yeah, actually, if they center their lineup to protecting the Laville, then definitely the chances of winning would always be up. Laville has a lot of AoE potential, and also he has that second skill that makes him immune from the first attack that hits him.
For sure, but it got matched up with a Kafeni. And you know what? Kafeni is one of my favorite marksmen right now in the current meta. She's so mobile. You can suddenly disappear in the map even if you just have half-life right now, especially if you're a squishy hero with the burst damage that she has. And what more, if this Kafeni has that protection coming up from Ata, but we don't know where Ata will be placed as of yet. It could be in the DEUS side, or it could be a support. Yes, it can be a flex pick. So as is this Richter that we're seeing right now, it could go into the DEUS side as well as even actually 3. It could go into the DS, AD, or maybe even, you know, act like as a support. But looking at the first 3 picks that they have right now, it could possibly be a support, knowing that the Volcat might be on the side lane and the Laville, of course, is already on the AD lane. But okay, getting over to Stalia, is this a good? No, never mind. Well, let's see what the team DEUS BELLATOR might pick in here for the 3rd slot.
Yeah, I think I remember that they were the one who picked the Illumia pick. In their first games. They have that surprising factor because not all the teams are very, very confident in using that Illumia to an effective. You can see here they're hovering Illumia and Ginar.
Yeah. Though, let's see how effective can be. It is a Ginar, so might we be seeing a dive comp for Team DEUS BELLATOR right now, because Ata can also set up team fights and then Ginar can follow it up while Kafeni is just free hitting onto the backside. But the question is, do you find Kafeni already onto a dangerous position given that there's a Volcat on the side of Team Random?
Yeah, definitely in the first to mid game, Kafeni is gonna get a lot of dangers because of this Volcat, and also because Team Random has that Richter that can just focus fire on that Kafeni. It's gonna be a very, very hard matchup for the Kafeni of DEUS BELLATOR, but we'll see how many protection heroes they can muster in their lineup in that 4th and 5th pick.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, they have removed some more heroes in here in the form of an Enzo and Krizix, but I'm not too sure what it says. But of course, Zata is also a wise ban, because we know how Zata is also good in terms of even diving under turret. You know, he's just basically invincible. And then you just die. Well, he doesn't mind getting hit by any, because there's none. Because basically, yeah, he's invincible. But do you find Gina having a hard time in front of an Ata?
I think they have a good synergy. Ginar is a good pick, especially if the composition of Team Random is very leaning to a dive comp, because Ginar has that special skill which has damage reduction at the same time, a lot of damage being done in the duration of that SS.
Yeah.
And now we see here they pick the Crush, so I think they're really leaning to protect that Kafeni in this lineup.
Yeah, it looks like it. These are really tanky frontliners, Ata and Crushed right now. Getting over is a teamy that's an extra life if he pops his ultimate at the right time. And yeah, they're not decisive as of yet if they wanna go on a teamy support. That, you know, when you play a teamy, you must make sure that you play quite aggressive, because so that you will be able to utilize the stuns that he has. But given that there is a tanky front line on the side of DEUS BELLATOR, maybe they changed their mind. Okay, let's not opt for a teamy anyway. Maybe let's front it with some other support who can sustain more damage and soak in more damage for us. So yeah, I'm liking the Thane. I do. For me, I also like the teamy though. But yeah, how about you, Vittorio? What are your thoughts
In their
on
lineup, yeah. In the current lineup and against their matchup, a teamy would be better than Thane. The Thane could be interrupted mid push by that Crush SS or the Ata boat barrier. Yeah, if you know that to be an effective Thane is to be able to utilize that push to the fullest efficiency, and at this lineup, he's gonna have a hard time.
Ooh, maybe, but oh, look at that. It is a Zephys, another tanky hero for the side of team DEUS BELLATOR. Alright, now that our draft is settled, do you have any favorite comp right now between Team Random and DEUS BELLATOR?
It's gonna be DEUS BELLATOR.
Okay. Dear audiences, let us know in the live chat too. Which one do you think has the better composition based on the draft alone? But for the meantime, let's have a quick recap of the hero and player lineup for the side of Team Random. We have in here Tulen for Paladin, Laville for Deans, Thane for Nara, Volkath for Atlas, and Richter for Staz and KP.
Now for DEUS BELLATOR, it's gonna be Artemis on that Kafeni, Flappy on that Ata, Mars on that Crushed, Raz on that Gina, and Goangs using that Zephys.
Alright, I have yet to check out what our audiences are saying, but for Clark Gravador, he wants to send good luck to DEUS BELLATOR, so as is Angelo Pinangay. And there you go, we are heading on to the battlefield. Let's see how both of these teams will rotate into the map early on. Well, it's looking quiet so far.
This is the basic map awareness rotation, where they just see where the jungler starts. So Random already has an idea that the enemies are in this blue side.
Yeah, that they started off the blue side, and usually when you got that information, you know as to when their junglers will end up farming for the first wave. So for the side, it looks like it's gonna be opposite sides for them, because both of them started at blue, and both of their side laners, or yeah, their DS laners will have to, rather, their side lanes on opposite sides will have to be careful. But for the meantime, let's see the tussle on going on to the middle lane part of the map. Goangs is super low. He will be the first blood onto the hands of Atlas right now. Everyone's still going in. There's an exchange of kills, but let's see if they will even now decide on going back after that casualty. But look at that, MKP is just way too deep to even go for a very aggressive play, giving Team DEUS BELLATOR a kill onto their side. What was that, Vittorio?
Yeah. Overestimated the damage that Richter can do. At the same time, I think they still had the advantage because they were able to farm all the lanes and will be in a better position in getting that AD, since the Zephys will be coming for that Sentinel.
Oh, but on the top side, a 2v1 ongoing right now. Ooh, a dive coming from Angs right now. NKP is now just as little of health But yeah, he'll needs to take care. But this is a good position on the side of Team Random right now, taking the Abyssal Dragon Kratos without any contest coming from any members from the side of Team Deus Bellator. And this is now a reset on the stage column. It is gonna be dangerous, but I think it is Team Deus Bellator wanting to go for a defensive play, and apparently they weren't able to secure their own blue buff. But you know what? I think Deus Bellator should have just taken that blue buff onto the jungle camp of Team Random rather than even going for a defensive play. I fear for Goangs that he's currently right now onto that need in terms of catching up for gold for farm.
Yeah. Like I said, the clashes was, even though they had 2 kills in that clashes, they weren't able to farm their lanes as much as they would like. That already gave the Team Random the necessary goal to do that, take that Abyssal Dragon and also contest that blue buff. I think it was a miscommunication on DEUS Bellator's part. They weren't able to leash that blue buff. They know that their Zephys is already at the top lane, so there would definitely be a blue buff invade, but they weren't able to lure out that blue buff.
Oh, but this is now Team Random trying to force the mid lane part of the map right now. Mars will be able to put a setup, and there you go. This is DEUS Bellator going for a dive and a team fight. 2 members left onto the side of Team Random right now, and I feel like they are so mad. They want to do revenge for their team, but apparently after that, yes, they did get some casualties from the side of Team Random, but they weren't able to take any other objectives. This is Goangs diving onto Paladin right now. Oh, apparently I think there was a miscommunication that happened because that Jinar did not even, put some hands, give a hand to the Zephys on the side of Team Deus Bellator.
Yeah, maybe he was thinking that the damage that he could have done was just minimal, especially because he doesn't have that special skill. Now they're trying to contest that Abyssal Dragon.
Let's see in here, not too sure. Yeah, Punish is available. Finally, Team Deus Bellator will be able to secure that one out for themselves. But the gold are still pretty even, so a lot of work might still be needed. But on to the top side, 2v1 incoming right now. Let's see. There we go. No, nothing will happen.
Yeah, the Atta is just, too tanky for them to burst down.
Yeah.
Oh, that from above hitting nothing.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, well, if it's Vittorio, it will hit something.
Nah, I'd also hit the ground.
Yeah, meantime, they're currently working quite passive, but it seems like a play is happening onto the top side. 2v1 situation, but that is a very mobile Richter. He won't be poked down by Zephys, and so as is this Atta, but I think Goang should have went for the Sentinel, and they just... Oh, but for the meantime, I think onto the bottom lane part of the map, we have to take a look at what is about to happen in here. Mars, he got some rage on his side right now. They're gonna go all in right now. There you go. Nara will fall down onto the side of Team Random. Atlas is super low in HP, and I think anytime soon he will fall down as well, regardless if he made use of the Arctic Orb. Deans on a dangerous position. This is a really tanky Crash right now, and there you go. Space created for Team Deus Bellator, and they even have a chance on even taking the tier 1 turret on the bottom lane part of the map.
Yeah, it was a very expected clash. The clash was always leaning on DEUS Bellator based on the lineup. Like I told you, I don't like that Thane on that. As you can see, it's very hard for the Thane to go in. Now they're trying to contest the red buff, but that Thane used his special skill to get it.
Sure, why not? So at least said Team Random, and they're actually super random right now. I think like if you saw the chat in Discord, they just made some adjustments a while ago. But for the meantime, this is Team Deus Bellator contesting the Abyssal Dragon right now. I don't think the Thane can steal this once more. Yes, you stole the red buff a while ago from that attempt from the side of Team DEUS BELLATOR. This is Goang's diving in. A pushback done by Nara right now. Oh, they're in the dangerous position, but Mars will go for his ultimate, trying to save the life. A backup is very much needed right now. Ultimate coming out from the Kefeni, but I'm not too sure what that can do, but the burst damage did a lot. It will not connect, but the Falcon currently will target the Kefeni, making the Kefeni go down. I'm not too sure what Raz can do in here. No, not the hero Raz, but the player Raz right now, currently on that Jinar. But while that action was happening, it was happening in the bottom lane part of the map. That Atta is already working on a push.
Very, very ill set up by that DEUS BELLATOR, but they were able to capitalize on it because of the Kefeni. The Kefeni was already bursting them down 2 hits, killing that Laville in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, for sure. Kefeni hurt so much, but for the meantime, NKP, ooh, just one last hit, he will fall down, but that didn't happen. So for the meantime, yeah, everyone's just chilling down, waiting for the right moment to get a proper target. Okay, Double Trouble will not connect to any. Oh. Ultimate done by Artemis to just clear of the minion waves in the mid, and that's fine. Now look at the damage. Oh, they tried to focus fire on the Artemis right now. Arctic Orb was used by the Kefeni, and let's see if he will be able to free it from the backside. Teamfight is still ongoing in here. A lot of HP bars going so low onto the side of Team Random at the moment, but Volgat is still all alive. A setup is done by that crashed right over there. Raz, that Jinar will get a kill, and look at that. 1 member left. This is now just Dean's. Onto this Laville, and again, another space created for Team DEUS BELLATOR. They want to make a comeback here in the lower bracket right now. Looks like they will be even to take another turret even. Ooh, Double Trouble will connect. Man, you're just all alone.
They'll not be able to, you know, be effective at that clash at the same time because there wasn't any support protecting him. That's why he was always half-heartedly going in that clash, just staying near the turret's range.
No turrets has fallen down, by the way, on the side of Team DEUS BELLATOR, and the gold lead is currently looking great for them. A while ago, we saw that it was Team Random getting the lead, but now the tables have turned around. I like the discipline on the side of Team DEUS BELLATOR, and they're not even scared and actually even trying to pull off a, you know, a composition, a hero consisting of, you know, we can call cheese peaks, because we don't usually see Crashed. We don't usually see Jinar, and sometimes Atta even, but they want to respect and they want to play the kind of game where are they comfortable with, and that's fine.
Surprisingly, actually, it's a very, very good lineup for me. The Jinar doesn't need a lot of protection, especially when he has his SS to pop out. And also the Crash is very, very good, especially when he has his SS ready in any clash. They could always come in the turrets. They could box out a lot of people. They could protect the Kefeni at the most crucial times.
Yeah. Oh, they just need to defend the top side because Victor is now getting annoying. Now it is Team DEUS BELLATOR having to send 4 members just to make a defense. Ooh, they did not mind the creeps. The minion waves. It is about to fall down. Few more hits, and yes, it did fall down. Maybe NXP will pay for his life, or rather NKP, sorry. But now onto the middle lane. This is now Team Random trying to make a comeback on getting a position in the map right now. They need to set up a team fight. There is a rage from the Crash right now. There go ultimate done once more by the Crash. A wall has been placed by the Atta. Nara will fall down. No more tanks onto the side of Team actually, is it both teams? No, it's just Team Random not having any tanks anymore, and victorious words already coming into life because this is a thing, dying once more. Oh, Double Trouble will connect. Let's see if they will go for a team fight. NKP focus firing on Artemis. Artemis needs to back away and save his life, but let's see what will happen in here. Woo! just right on time. That Kafani was able to save her life too, thanks to the backup hit from the Crash and the rest of the gang onto the side of Team DEUS BELLATOR too. But meantime, oh look at that, an exchange in the battle between the junglers that we have on both sides, and it was actually Goang's winning that fight. But at the same time, even stealing this blue buff on the camp of Team Random. Ooh, we're not even done because Paladin, ooh, it seems like he will die anytime soon too. And just like that.
It's really, really hard to use a Tulin, especially if everyone is very, very tanky. He really got countered at this lineup. And Atta is very, very tanky. Also the Zephys, and also the Crush, and also the Jin are the only one that they could burst out is this Kafeni, which is always protected by the Crush. Regardless of the Jinnar or Zephys coming in, the Crush just keeps on jumping on that Kafeni.
Yeah, and it seems like DEUS BELLATOR really knows when to give rage for the Crash, because you know most of the time we always see that this Crash is ready for team fights, having that. Oh, but look at the damage coming from Kafani! This is why I love Kafani. 10-1-9. Oh, that was quite a segue, but there you go. Ultimate down by Crash. It did not connect to any, unfortunately. I think the way that he placed the ultimate was kind of wrong, but then again, it is him on to this ultimate form. Really tanky right now. Oh, Artemis needs some protection, but man, this is a protected Kafani. You cannot just dive on our carry right now. Artemis on her Kafani, but of course with the help of Mars, as well as the rest of the gang on the side of Team DEUS BELLATOR. It seems like my marksman is winning on this side, Vittorio.
Well, it's like the lineup, like I told you, Thane wasn't very, very effective if he used the Teamy instead. So to let that Laville have that second life, and also the ones that entering,
oh, Artemis,
they would have a lot of chance.
Oh, I think he lagged.
Yeah, I think he was lagging.
Yeah, he was just standing in there, but there you go. It seems like they want to go all in this one. Unfortunately, though, that was quite a problematic situation for DEUS BELLATOR. I do believe that they lost because of the lag there, and they didn't have time to pause the game. Cause you know, without the free hit coming from Kafeni, there's nothing for DEUS BELLATOR, and this is actually a dangerous position because this is just Atlas all alone in the map right now. Team Random currently have a good flow of minion waves in the mid. Could they end this? We have to wait 4 seconds, and I hope Artemis is back. They're not asking for a pause right now, or they're not even pausing the game, so I assume Artemis is already here, going for an ultimate. Okay, fortunately enough, it was not a GG push in the base.
It was a very, very costly mistake. If they left the Kafeni because she was lagging and instead disengaged, they would have been in a better position to defend the towers.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though. Well, anyway. Oh, by the way, to our viewers, if you're experiencing some red ping in the game, we would suggest, it's me and Vittorio is making use of this. Personally, me, I use Shunyo, and if Shunyo is not working for me, I make use of what Vittorio is also using. It is the Express VPN. Oh, why did they leave the Dark Slayer behind? I mean, that was just a few hits, but what are your thoughts about that, Vittorio?
I think it was miscommunication. I think they said that they should leave the DS because it was dangerous. At the same time, they already have the Atta. Yeah, they have the Atta defending the mid. I don't know why they made a call to get back.
They should have, I don't know, man, but now Flappy will fall down. Mars, you need to set up a team fight. Double trouble is just way too long. Oh my goodness, Artemis, fortunately she got that revive, but she will fall down again. Double kill going on to Atlas right now. And this is Team DEUS BELLATOR falling apart. And now it is actually even a wipe out, and I guess this is gonna be it. What happened?
With the earliest timers at 15 seconds, there won't be a comeback. And game 2 is on the side of Team Random.
Oh man, what an unfortunate turn of events. I mean, yes, there was a lag a while ago from the allowing her, not making her free hit from that bot fight, but you know, she went back. She's available, but I think the call that was quite wrong, and that one was the DS allowing it to be put on the side of Team Random, and that was quite unfortunate.
I think, I don't know, the calls maybe was very, very jumbled at that time, so they weren't able to take that DS, but it was very, very crucial at that time. They had a gold lead, but when they got the Dark Slayer, they had that additional Drake to do damages in that clash.
Oh man. Well, you know, overall it was a good fight. I mean, that was quite unfortunate lag in the bot side, but I think they still had a chance, even if that lag happened, if they made the right call on totally not giving that Dark Slayer to Team Random. They should have joined the Kafeni on taking that Dark Slayer. If not take the Dark Slayer, okay. If you know, they should have made a call as a team on whether to take that or not, because obviously there was quite a miscommunication in there. Obviously the Kafeni couldn't do it alone, you know, and she needs some backup in there. But overall, still kudos to both Team Random and the DEUS BELLATOR. You guys showed us a really, really good fight. Because this is the lower bracket, well, unfortunately, the DEUS BELLATOR will have to say bye-bye in our tournament. But of course, this is not the last. I mean, you know, this is not the last time that I plan to create a Kaisaya Community Cup. I personally would love to see them play again, hopefully in many other tournaments that we will organize. But yeah, overall, GGWP, Team Random will move forward to the next round in the lower bracket. They do not have any, just for your information as well, all the teams in here has this one ticket to update their player lineup. So if you want to change your sub or add a sub, whatever, just let me know, send me a PM via Discord or anywhere else. But yeah, GGWP, we'll just be heading on to a short break. It's me and Vittorio. See you again in the next round, where you will be able to see the matches in the upper bracket, round 2. It is Team Avengers versus Team Anton at Robin Malande. That is Team Kimochi, actually. They just want to make use of that name. So yeah, we'll be back after a few minutes break.
How will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying, without trying? And how will we ever see if we're meant to be instead of that we're meant to be? We're meant to be.
はじめまして。私はアスナ。そしてこっちが。
どうもキリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
ああ、チームワークか。
あ、ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょう。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリトくん、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ああ、ありがとうアスナ。このゲームはとても有名でプレイヤーもたくさんいるって聞いてるから、がぜん腕が鳴るぜ。
そうだね。それじゃあ早速ログインしてみよう。
ああ、リンクスタート。
一緒に戦う仲間もいるよ。
よし、行くぞ。
はじめまして。私はアスナ。そしてこっちが。
どうもキリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるんだよね。
チームワークか。
あ、ソロ。
And yes, we are back here at the Kaisaya Community Cup. I am Kaisaya, and with me it is KZB and Vittorio. And guys, you're currently tuning into the match in the upper bracket. Round 2, it is Team Avengers versus Team Anton at Robin Malandi. Ayan. So, KZ and Vittorio. Maybe I'll just ask KZ. KZ, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well right now. I'm so excited for this game. I know both of these teams and I'm hoping for a really good match right now.
Yes, these are two Filipino teams, and I'm pretty sure you can say or, share some things about the players that we see, the teams that we see, because, these are our fellow countrymen having a battle in this event. So yes, what can you say? Let's talk about the bats that they have so far. Vittorio, your thoughts about this? Any?
Yeah, I think it's a good ban, especially if they know that the enemy comp has a good zip. Like I said, like what you said, Zip is a very, very good hero with that shield, those saving bites, and also those stuns.
Yeah, for sure,
So
especially if it did connect, right?
Yeah, definitely it's a very, very good ban. They got that pain at the first pick. They preferred that pain over Kira.
Yeah, for sure. But how about you, KZ? Getting hovered in here is Vera, but anyway, that's not locked in, but they locked it in. Any thoughts about this Vera pick, KZ?
I actually think that they picked this Vera just so that they can counter this pain a little bit, so that when he tries to go in fights, stun him, try to burst him down before he's able to do any damage.
Yeah, for sure. And it is Jay Clark. Is Jay Clark playing right now? I'm not sure what his ID is. I think he's not.
Yeah, maybe he's not.
He's not playing. That's why he's chatting on the live stream. So yeah, I thought he's multitasking. But anyway, so right now we can see is a Malok getting a hover in here. That's one quite tanky hero. It could go onto the sides or maybe even mid or as a support. But let's see what they're planning to do in here. Ooh, a Fennec jungle. Is this going to be a Fennec jungle? Maybe it is. So what can you say about a composition having a marksman lineup? KZ?
For me, I think it's more about the comfort pick, because Resilience, I think that's one of his comfort heroes for sure. Fennec jungle, or even just Fennec lane, Fennec in general.
Okay. How about you, Vittoria? Your thought? Oh, I know how you don't like having a marksman jungle, but is there any hope or chance that your teammates might be able to make you feel satisfied even on having a comp that has a marksman jungle?
Yeah, actually, the reason why I don't like marksman jungles is just because it adds someone that you need to protect. In contrast with assassins, they can burst out easily the lanes that they're ganking, while marksman you need to have that DPS. So I think Fennec is a good pick, and also Ellender if you're gonna go to jungle because of the fast clears that they could have. They could really secure more objectives with those kinds of picks if they're going for a marksman jungle.
Yeah, I mean, Fennec and Elandor, both mobile and of course both fast in terms of clearing of the jungle. But of course, sometimes whenever you have the marksman jungle, you usually would want the sides to be warriors and not marksmen instead. But it all depends. But meantime, we're seeing in here so far a Malak secure on the side of Team Anton at Robin Malandi. So I'm not too sure as to where they're gonna place this. Do you have any idea as to where a lane and Malak will position themselves, KZ?
I'm thinking more of a Malok support and maybe an Alain jungle. They will, I think, or maybe at most, they will adjust their lineup according to what their opponent will pick, because I think they picked these flex heroes for a reason.
Why not? They are banning. Okay, I thought they were gonna ban that. Oh, is it really? Because I wasn't too attentive on the bans. But is it really that Team Avengers didn't ban 2 heroes, or we're not yet done? I'm so confused. Sorry, I'm multitasking a lot in here. But yeah, can you help me recall, Vittorio? Where are we on the draft right now?
Yeah, they actually just made a default that they didn't want to ban. I don't know if this is disrespect or something. So usually, I don't know. Even though you should always ban a hero just because you want to counter those picks. I don't know what Team Avengers is thinking in this. Not banning. It's not going to be beneficial to them. Even if it opens a lot of heroes for them, it's not really that beneficial. At the same time, because they don't have that same drafting ideas.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, so at least it will open up. Actually, they're on the first pick right now. So just in case they open up some bans, they will only be able to secure 1 pick. But okay, here we go. Double marksman. Is it really going to be a double marksman composition for Team Avengers? I'm not too sure. But a few seconds from now, this Hayate is gonna be locked in, and there you go. Hayate and Fennec on one side. This is maybe Vittorio saying that. Okay, there are two marksmen to protect. I'm not too sure where to go. Maybe if Vittorio is the support, that's what he's gonna think, and then he's gonna go annoyed because they are just way too much to handle. But so far, it is a Rourke marksman jungle on the side of Anton at Robin Malandi. But no, they went in for a Slims. How do you find this, KZ?
Actually, after they picked the Lumber, I was already expecting them to pick on marksman jungle. I was gonna already place the Malok at the AD lane and the Alain on the DS lane, and I think it's a good comp, especially when we reach a little in early game, just because Avengers has 2 marksmen and they need a little bit more time to scale in this game.
Oh, all right. Then I guess I'm just going to be leaving it to our casters right now. Again, this is Team Avengers versus Team Anton at Robin Malandi. Your casters will be KZB and Vittorio. Guys, take it away.
Thank you, Kaisaya.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Go on. So just for a quick recap of the teams.
Yeah.
Now for Team Avengers, it's gonna be Pain for Jinx using that Pain, Proe using that Baldum, Outlaw using that Yena, Resilience using that Fennec, and Vix at that Hayate.
And for Anton at and Robin lang Malandi ang haba nung that's so long, so very long. But they do have Bobox for Elaine, Exuju as Vera, Dufan Piju as Lumber, Illumi as Malok, and Slims. I can't read Korean.
I don't know if he could even read that name of his.
Do you know what Do you know what it means?
I think it's a name of a famous Korean actress.
Oh, expected though. So guys, for now we just started the game. We see that the Pain is trying to do a little bit of burst damage, but the Lumber was able to counter it very well there.
It was a very, very good counter by that Lumber. You need to have a lot of good reaction times just to time the Pain's skills.
That's very true. I agree with you there. And we see there's a little bit of a skirmish here in the mid lane, but I'm not sure if they're going to fully engage this team fight. They're just gonna try to provide some vision for their team. They get a first skill onto the Lumber. He's very low right now, but I don't think they're going to go full on onto this team fight with the rest of the members of Anton and Robin lang Malandi still there. They get another hit onto this Lumber. He's very, very low, and I think the Lumber should head back for now. Don't you think so, Vittorio?
Yeah, you should know. The support is a very, very vital role, but it doesn't mean that you need to sacrifice yourself and give the enemy comp the additional gold they want. Now they're looking for that Sentinel. Go KZV.
Yeah, and for now they are trying to get it, and they secure it for the Avengers team, and now they have engaged here on the red buff side, and they get a first blood onto Vera, and they're getting another kill onto the Lumber as well, and now they will disengage for our team Avengers team. That went really well for them. No, don't you think, Victorio?
Yes, I do think so. It's very, very, especially if you have an Alain DS, it's gonna be slow until you have that level 4 when he has that special skills. It was very, very ill positioned for that Vera. Now they get the first Abyssal Dragon in favor of that of Team Avengers. It's very, very crucial to not die at the early games and have your health get peeled off.
I agree with you there, and while all that is happening, the NS went tower dive right into the lane and securing the kill, but the rest of the members of Anton and Malandi, ang haba ng pangalan. Sorry guys, but they do secure the Yena with the backup from Anton and Robin lang Malandi. There we go, finally.
Now they're trying to push that middle tower, but since the turret shields are still up, they won't be able to burst down that middle lane tower. For now, they're just damage it for the next push that they will make. As you can see, they're bursting down this Baldum, but there are no objectives in sight yet. So it's still in favor of Team Avengers as of this moment.
That's very true, but we do see that the Pain has positioned himself around here, the bot lane, helping our Hayate just clear his waves. But here in the top lane, we see that there's an engagement onto the two DS laners, and with that, they're both dead right now, which is weird because our red team was just 4 people against 3 people, but they still lost 1 member. And they get a nice engage onto our Hayate here in the mid lane. And we see that the Malok's here trying to burst him down. The Pain has entered here into the backline of Anton and Marvin Malangkas. And then we see that this fight isn't over. The Phoenix getting into the rest of the members of our red team. And we see that our Elaine has now joined the team fight, and they're trying to secure the kill onto the Elaine, and they do as well. So that's a lot of kills secured for Team Avengers. What do you think happened there, Vittorio?
It's gonna be a 2 for non-exchange. Like I said, they're always positioned. The mobility of the heroes that Team Avengers has is way above against Anton and Robin Malande. As you can see here, all the heroes of Anton and Robin Malande of the red side is very, very slow. Malak, Alain, Vera. The only mobile hero here is Slims and Lumber. It's just not gonna spell very, very good, especially now that that Team Avengers is already building up the lead in the early game.
I agree with you there. That we do see the Slims trying to take the Spirit Sentinel, but it is contested right away by Team Avengers, and I think our Fennec has just arrived just to secure it for his team, and that stun from the Slims missed our Avengers team. They tried to get this Lumber, but it was just a little too far away from our Baldum there.
There's still a lot of things that Anton and Robin Malande can do to turn this game around. The goal lead isn't that high as of yet, but they should always try to clear the lanes first before trying to gank. But they're doing a 3-man gank and hitting that Pain. KZB.
And yeah, right now, the Pain was able to escape with a sliver of health, as well as the Fennec. And the backup from the Baldum just trying to save his carries here. But on the top lane, we do see that our Yena was able to secure the top tier tower. And our Alain's trying to escape that clutches of the Yena. And he does not live to another day here. So he will have to wait for his death timer so that he can respawn. And the rest of the members of Team Avengers are here to try to get another objective, which is, I think, the mid lane with the Yena and the Baldum and the Fennec here. But it was very fast for Anton and Robin Lang Malandi to clear their wave, so no tower push would be happening. But we do see that they are trying to secure the third Abyssal Dragon of the game. We see that Anton and Robin Lang Malandi were in a great position to contest that dragon, and I think they were able to secure it. The Pain goes right into 5 members of our red team, and the Fennec got stunned by that Slims, and that was an ideal team fight for our red team, don't you think so, Vittorio?
Yes, it is a very, very good, but the objective that they have taken got overturned by that kill. The Fennec was really, really high on gold in terms of the bounty, and they're already in an advantage using that 5-man stun.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But here in the mid lane, our red team has now secured the mid lane. The Pain tries to snipe out the Slims, and he successfully does. He's doing like a 1v4, but he only takes one person before he has to give up his life.
A red team tower
clashes. The gold lead is now lessened into a 1k gold lead in favor of Team Avengers. Let's see. Like I said, there's a lot of things that a comeback could still happen. Based on the comp that we're seeing, the team Anton and Robin Malande is still in the more advantages in the late game, especially they don't have a lot of things to protect.
Yeah, I agree with you there as well, but also in late game it will be a little difficult for them to deal with the damage coming from 2 marksmen. But if they are able to protect their Slims, who is gonna be their main damage dealer, they will definitely have a good time in terms of late game.
Now you can see they're just all responding to getting that Fennec, but they overcommitted, and looks like Varus is gonna be bursted down. KZB, there's a clash coming in.
Yeah, and right now we see that only the Slims and the Malak are still alive, and AVG is not stopping. They really want to secure this kill, and that went really well for Team Avengers there, because they only lost 1 member, and everyone, there was a wipeout for the side of Anton at Robin Lang Malandi. So right now we see that they're gonna try to take this first inhibitor tower for this game, and I think they will get it and disengage right away.
Yeah, I think it was a very, very bad snipe. They should have made the Slims hit the arrow before Varus uses his combo. They were very, very punished because of that overextended play. They tried to commit everything to eliminating that Fennec, but it wasn't enough.
I agree with you there. I think they're struggling just because the thing is with the Fennec jungle, if you try to burst him down, he has a lot of means to escape team fights. They do get a stun onto the Baldom, but the Lumber was left alone to 3 members of AVG, and we get a shock on 2 members by the Malok, but our Hayate was able to secure 1 more kill for Team Avengers, which leaves only 2 members of our Anton at Robin lang Malandi, but the Slims overcommitted in that team fight, and now we have 4 members still alive for Team Avengers and only 1 member left for the red team. And I think they might try to get this game right now. They're gonna tower lock with the 2 marksmen and the damage coming from them, and they secure the win. Congratulations, Team Avengers.
There was a lot of things happening, but in terms of crucial mistakes, the crucial mistake was that they committed to that Fennec without having the high reward of killing that Fennec. Now, what do you think about what happened, Kaisaya?
Well, thank you so much, KZB and Vittorio. For me, I think I just like the draft overall. Yes, there were like really tanky heroes in the comp of Anton and Robin Malande. They got the Malok as well as the Lumber. But the answer to that was basically, I believe, although this is not really a high KDA, was to Hayate. You can see Hayate, even though she just shined sometime late game, he was just basically cleaning up the HP bar of Illumi and Luopan Pijo, and it doesn't matter. And at the same time, I think she got the Purify on his kit. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, he was actually basically ready to take down these really tanky heroes. But maybe I should also ask you guys, overall, what do you think about this match? The draft and the execution. KZB.
Oh, for me, I really thought that it was just based on how they were able to execute their lineup in terms of AVG. I think it would have worked for our Anton at Robin lang Malandi if they were able to rotate really well in the map, and then they were able to snipe the targets that they really wanted to, because when they overcommitted to trying to burst down the Fennec, it just didn't go their way.
Fortunately. How about you, Vittorio? Your overall thoughts for this match?
Yeah, for my overall thoughts, it was really a bad matchup for that Alain in the DS side. It really made a lot of opportunities for for the Team Avengers to take a chance upon getting those disruptions in the jungle of that Slims. And it was very crucial. Alain should be always, even if you're a DS laner, you should always be thinking of the sustainability, not building damage items and such.
Yeah, we're actually showing the itemization right now on screen as well, so you can take a look. Indeed, Bobox actually added an attack item for himself too. So yeah, that was a tip from Vittorio too. So anyway, that was it for our round 2 match between Team Anton at Robin Malande and Team Avengers. Team Anton at Robin Malande still have a match in the lower bracket. Don't you worry to their fans. But for Team Avengers, they're moving on to round 3. But for the meantime, before we head into a short break, I would love to let you know that it is going to be Hilab Esports versus All-Star. And you will witness that after a few minutes break. Once again, I'm Kaisaya, and with me is KZB and Vittorio. We'll be back.
Double kill. Triple kill. Quad kill.
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。行くわよ。終わりよ。捉えた。捉えた。待ちなさい。
Double kill.
Lightning Ball!
スタースプラッシュ。キリト君、私が守る。決める。
Ultimate.
今。行くわよ。
Triple kill. Legendary. Double kill. Triple kill.
How will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying, without trying? And how will we ever see if we're meant to be? It's terrifying, it's terrifying that we're meant to be. We're meant to be. That we're meant to be. We're meant to be. How will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying, without trying? And then how will we?
And yes, we are back here at the Kaisaya Community Cup Arena of Valor game series for the month of July. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is KZB and Vittorio. It is now our next series for the upper bracket round 2. Battle between Hilab Esports versus All Star. And yeah, if you're curious as to where Hilab Esports is, they are on the red side, and it is Team All Star currently on the blue side right now. So Now, I want to ask. Oh, well, before that, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor once more. It is Garena AOV Indonesia, Richard Tyers from Scotland, S-Rank Gaming, and Arthelion Gaming. Do support them, guys, especially those who currently have their own pages, S-Rank Gaming and Arthelion Gaming. They bring up some good live streams too, so yes, check them out. Okay, now, what do we see so far in our draft, KZB?
We're seeing right now that they're actually banning the pretty standard bans, Kira, Elandor, Zip. I agree with a lot of these picks, especially the Zip, because personally I don't like going against Zip that really knows how to execute the skill set.
Red team's turn to pick.
Well, a Dirac first pick, a priority on the side of All-Star. What does it tell, Vittorio?
Dirac is a very, very good counter to marksman. As you know, his special skills can block out most of the skills. So it's going to be hard for DPS to do a lot of damage if the Dirac places his special skills in the right place.
Yeah, like getting blocking all those homing bullets coming from Laville, Vittoria's signature hero on the side. And let's see, we will see another pain in here. And how painful can this be, hero, especially if it is put on a lineup that can easily dive in? KZB, your thoughts about this hero so far?
Blue team's turn.
For me, I think Pain is a nice pick, but I'd prefer to have this pick more on the later half of picking, just so that you can avoid direct counters from your opposing team. But with the Laville, they'll do a lot of very decent and critical damage mid to late game.
Yeah, for sure. No questions asked. And actually, they even have respected, or rather, they have banned out the Kafeni, because maybe it's a Kafeni at least currently in the top 2 here, marksman hero that we have on the side lane. Maybe it could be Ravil or just Kafeni. And taking Kafeni out of the picture for Team All-Star, now that they have to think what could be the next marksman as a potential pick for Team All-Star in here, Vittorio.
Well, a lot of marksmen are good still against Laville. I could say Delanas, Violet, but if you're going for mobile heroes that are very, very good, it would be Violet.
Alright, and these are actually 2 Philippine team, All-Star and Hilab Esports. Hilab Esports, they really, they showed us a good game during round 1, wherein it appeared like it's them being piloted by Hilab Esports, but of course they are not. I'm just kidding. But yeah, they're making a good showing. But I'm not too sure how they're gonna go up against All-Star right now, because All-Star performed great as well during our round 1 match in the upper bracket last week. But for the meantime, how is Murad doing right now in the current meta? I don't usually see him, but if in case, what are your thoughts if there is a Murad placed in here in the draft of Hilab Esports? Let's talk about Murad first, KZ.
For me, I agree with you that I don't normally see Murad pick right now in the meta. I think it's because of because when he uses his ultimate, the more targets you hit, the less damage he does. So I guess that's kind of why most people don't choose him over someone who can really assassinate the certain target that they really need to burst down.
Oh, someone is saying in the live chat right now, humihilab na chan ko, senyales na ata to. Ooh, I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, maybe Hilab Esports will be able to give you some advice in terms of avoiding that paghilab ng chan. But anyway, good luck to both teams, said Mark Angelo Dinamarca. Yes, indeed, we have to give a good luck to them. But for the meantime, I just want to remind our viewers that we have a 500 vouchers giveaway ongoing on the stream right now. All you have to do is to type the exclamation point notify in the live chat, share the live stream publicly on your wall with the hashtag KCCAOV for you to get a chance on winning. We will just be basically rolling out one random viewer who follow the instructions. So make sure you get the cheer badge on top of your name. Alright, so a lot of bets in here being placed already. Actually, Team Hilab Esports completed that one out already. With the Cricknut getting banned, what are the chances on the types of hero in the jungle that Hilab Esports might pick in here, Vittorio?
There's a lot of good heroes against Pain and Lavelle. One of the best heroes against them are the ones that burst, which is Killin and Cricknut, but they can also opt for Zephys or Murad in this type of game. Murad is very, very good against a Laville, especially as Laville can block out one skill, but the skill sets of Murad will enable him to burst down that Laville, avoiding that second skill shield.
I'm seeing a punish on the hands of Richter right now. Not too sure if that is what they really are planning to do on the side of All-Star in here. But I just want to hear your thoughts. If ever KZB, what if they do this? Will this work out?
Yeah, it will really depend on how they build up their team for the side of All-Star. But I do think that Richter is also a viable jungle, but
they're just kidding us.
But they're just kidding us, obviously.
Yeah. They're just kidding us because that was a psycho move. Anyway, the members on the side of Hilab Esports wasn't really able to. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. During the draft, we don't really see the spell that they are picking during the drafting phase. So yeah, it is a Zill going on to the hands of All-Star in here. Zephys is a highly contested jungle now, Vittorio, it seems. Why is that so? Can you explain us why?
Zephys is a very, very high tier hero. It's a high tier hero. His passive enables him to last the clashes. He can't be bursted out that easily, especially if he's well farmed. Zephys can also do a lot of damage if his special skills hit a hero, and he's able to, be mobile and escape a lot of clashes and, capitalize on the opportunities that they have.
Now, well, let's see this match between Team All-Star from the Philippines and Team Hilab Esports, the team that will beat Liab Esports later on. Coming from the Philippines too. Let's see how their matchup will go. It will be casted by KZB and Vittorio, I will now pass the floor to you guys.
Thank you, Kaisaya, for that. Just a quick recap. We're going for the All-Star team. It's gonna be Spinks on that D-Rack, Ironic on that Joker, Holden on that Krizix, Nutella on that Richter, and APM on that Zill.
And for the side of Hilab Esports, we have Renz as Pain, Pantheon as Lumber. We don't have a name for Laville, and we have Rose for Yena and Dale for Zephys.
Yeah,
so which lineup do you think you will go for?
Yeah, well, I think I like the Hilab Esports lineup better. But there's a lot of potentials on All-Star, so I'm just gonna be on the middle ground for now.
I agree with you there. Even I think I also like the side of Hilab Esports lineup as well. But there are a lot of win conditions for their team so that they will be able to properly execute this team fight. So for now, since we have just started, we see that Richter had such a big sword there, but that's just a bug, guys. No difference. We do see that the Krizix tries to catch 3 members of Hilab Esports here, and he's overextending. He's a little too low here, but the rest of the members of All-Stars trying to help and survive. The Pain gets first blood by the Krizix. What do you think happened there, Vittorio?
Extended their stay in that clash. At the same time, he wasn't level 2, so he already missed his first clear wave, well, which will definitely be felt all over at this early game, unless they make another play.
I agree with you there, and I think they will struggle there because they really need the pain to escalate in his levels just as well as the Dirac. And the Dirac, I think, was able to clear his wave really fast, and he isn't delayed at all in gold. So the pain must focus on getting here. And we do see a knock up into the Lumber, and there's 3 members of All Stars ganking onto him, and he pays with his life there. And we see that there's a continuation of the clash. The Crisix gets 2 members of Hilab Esports, and they secure another kill on to our Zephys. That really didn't go well for the side of Hilab Esports.
Definitely wouldn't go well, especially you don't have the support. It's gonna be a 4 versus 3. So they shouldn't have initiated it. They should have just tried to damage them and then just disengage and not commit a lot of things. You saw 2 members of Hilab Esports getting pushed by that Dirac's first kill.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and that costed them that clash.
Yeah, I super agree with you there, and I think that's why they really did their best to secure this Dirac in the early ban and pick of this lineup for the side of All Stars. Though we do see the 4 members here of All Stars trying to secure this Abyssal Dragon. The Pain is doing vision as well as the Lumbar, but they are able to secure for the All Star team the first Abyssal Dragon of the game.
It's just spiraling out of control. They already have almost 1.5k gold lead in favor of All Star. Will there be another answer?
Well, we'll see. We do see another gank onto Arlaville, but we see that the Pain's able to burst down here some members, but the Dirac ultimate is securing so much kills that there's so much burst damage coming from All Stars, and the Dirac's trying to secure another kill, and he does on the Pain. Only our Zephys is alive, but he does secure our Crisix, but the Joker's alive and kills him with the killing joke. That was a really confusing clash, but I think it really did go in favor of All Stars again.
Yeah, it would have gone better if the Laville was able to burst down that Zill without getting killed. But you know, the advantage was just, for me, it's just gonna be in the middle ground. No one came out on top on that clash. No one got an objective. And those kills were just, you know, I think it was just a 2 for 2. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it just was a 2 for 2, and I think that was one of the clashes that Hilab Esports was really looking for, because they really need it. If they have clashes, it's better that they don't lose anything in the process, so that they don't lose any more gold. But we do see that they're trying to contest this red buff, and they successfully take it. The All-Star team takes the red buff away from our Zephys there.
See how confident they are because of that Dirac. You know, they use that Dirac very, very effectively. They were able to disrupt a lot of clashes just because of the Dirac's positioning of the skills. KZB, I think there is a clash.
Yeah, yes, there is a clash here in the middle lane. We do see that 1 member has already died for the side of Hilab Esports, and they will continue this onslaught onto the Pain as well. And with that, they are securing the first tower here in the mid lane. Only Zephys is here to contest, but the Zill bursts him down with his ultimate and gets an additional kill for his team. While on the top side, we see that Diana was almost trying to attempt to get a tower attempt for his for the Hilab Esports, but unfortunately the Richer was able to arrive on time.
And also the only reason, like I said, Zephys is very, very tanky if he is very well farmed. but that Zill is already at 4k gold against the 2.5k of Zephys. So you definitely see a bad matchup.
Yeah, I agree with you there. The Zephys really needs to get a lot of gold for now because right now we see that Hilab is behind 3k gold already, and we see how confident our all-star team is in taking all these jungle objectives, and they're able to take that red buff. They try to engage this Yena all by himself. There are 4 members of all-star team ganking onto her, and she faces and she dies in the process with the Lumber trying to save her. And will he die as well? No, he survives with the sliver of health. But here in the middle lane, we see that our Hilab Esports was able to secure 1 kill, but they do not secure the tower.
It's a 1-for-1 trade in favor. It's still gonna be in favor of All-Star. They already got those tier 1 turrets, and they're trying to burst down this pain, but it's not gonna be enough. And as you can see, the gold lead is already spiraling out of control. It's already 4k gold lead in favor of the All-Star team. They're really controlling all the map. What do you think is what does Hilab Esports need to get back to the game?
I think they should not engage in clashes they're not sure they can win, which in that clash that we just saw, wasn't able to cast it though. The Leville tried to engage a very farmed Zill right in front of his face, and it really didn't go well in his favor. And we do see that the Pain and the Lumber are caught out by the Crisix, and they pay both with their lives, while the rest of the members of All Stars just tower locking this second mid-tier tower. And I think they're going to try to secure this inhibitor tower. The Dirac damage is so insane right now. The Creep is still alive, and I think they will get this first inhibitor tower of the game. The Yena is here to help his teammates. We do get a kill from the Joker onto the Leville, and I think they need to disengage despite this. Yena gets an additional kill onto the Richer, but the carries of our all-star team are able to survive with a sliver of health. What do you think went wrong there, Vittorio?
There's a lot of things that went wrong for Team Hilab. They were not... The Pain was very, very ill positioned there. He was caught in that clash and that Lumber at the same time. And you know, a Crisix and a Dirac combo is a very, very dangerous combo. As you saw there, they were just being knocked back and forth during that clash in the mid.
Yeah, I super agree with you there. That's why I was very I really expected that the prio pick for our all-star team would be the Dirac over the Leville, which is what happened there. So we do see that all-star secures this Spirit Sentinel, and we do see in the bot lane, the Yena tried to go one-on-one onto the Joker, but the Joker went on top. The Yena solo will head back. He gets hit by the double trouble by the Leville, but there's no follow-up from Team Hilab there. So for the moment, we do see that they're very careful in terms of positioning themselves for both teams. And I think they're going to try to take this Dark Slayer. And for All-Star team, I don't think there's going to be any contest from Hilab right now. They're not in that position of contesting this objective right now. But they do see an opportunity to take an Abyssal Dragon for the side of Hilab and the bot lane as well. So right now we see all of the members of All-Star here. They're trying to get a kill onto the Pain, and the Pain was bursted down by the Zill. There are 5 members alive here for All-Star team and only 4 members alive from Hilab Esports. We get nice knockups from the Lumber, but the Leville isn't enough for them. By the rest of our all-star team just tower locked while that clash was happening. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that happened also in that game. I think the early game was very, very crucial for Team All-Star to clinch an easy win. It's a very, very dominating win at the 7k gold lead in favor of All-Star team. They were always in position in those ambushes and those initiating the clashes. And what do you think about what happened there, Kaisaya?
Well, I think it was overall a dominating match in favor of All-Star. I saw how... I want to boil it down onto how the support was doing well in this match. Kha'Zix was very aggressive in comparison to what the Lumber was doing. Yes, we know that Lumber had that, good passive to assist his teammates. But then again, I saw a lot of ultimates being placed in the wrong direction, wherein at the same time it was being placed when his teammates aren't ready for the fight. But yeah, Hilab Esports will be going on to the lower bracket. They could still make a comeback from them, but congratulations to All-Star for moving on to round 3 in the upper bracket. But how about you, KZ?
For me, I think on execution-wise, it just didn't go in favor of Hilab. They weren't able to rotate in the map really well, and I think from the start of the game, they already put themselves in a little bit of trouble because of the first blood that happened to the Pain. He was kind of behind in gold, and I don't think they were able to recover from it.
Yeah, that too. How about you, Vittorio?
So, like what KZB said, the crucial parts was in the early game, and also how effective the D-Rack and Kha'Zix combo was. As you can see, in every clashes that was very, very in favor of All-Stars, D-Rack was one of the best. D-Rack was one of the best players that made the clash smooth for All-Stars.
So it is an MVP for Sphinx for you guys, is it?
Yes, me.
Okay, personal MVP for our casters is Sphinx. Sorry, 8 p.m. But yeah, GGWP overall for Team All-Stars. For the meantime, you will see up next our teams Archangel Super from Indonesia and BANAL BOYZ from the Philippines. That's going to be up next after a few minutes break. Once again, we're casters and hosts. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is KZB and Vittorio. We'll be back after a few minutes break.
That was a close call.
And heaven's will.
Run on hammer time.
The wind holds all the secrets.
Your team has destroyed the tower. Legendary.
I am heaven's will.
Your team has destroyed the tower.
はじめまして。私はアスナ。そしてこっちが
どうもキリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
ああ、チームワークか。
あ、ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん。今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょう。
バレたか。 確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリト君、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ああ、ありがとうアスナ。このゲームはとても有名でプレイヤーもたくさんいるって聞いてるからがぜん腕が鳴るぜ。
そうだね。それじゃあ早速ログインしてみよう。
ああ、リンクスタート。
一緒に戦う仲間もいるよ。
よし、行くぞ。
大事な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。
君たち、俺が絶対に守る。君たちは俺が絶対に守るから。
Double kill. Triple kill. Tri-kill.
君たちは俺が絶対に守るから。
And there you go, we are back guys for the Kaisaya Community Cup for Arena of Valor this month of July 2020. I'm Kaisaya, and with me are casters KZB and Vittorio. Before anything else, I'd love to thank our sponsors who help us, give us some support for this event. Garena AOV Indonesia, thank you so much. Richard Tyers from Scotland, S-Rank Gaming, Arthilian Gaming, thank you so much for your support. And if you want to support this event, which is still ongoing, well, I got a lot of different game titles featured for each month. For this month, it is Arena of Valor. So if you want to support and sponsor the event, in exchange, I'll give you something in back too in terms of marketing. Yeah, just send me a message on my Facebook page and let's talk about it. But for our viewers, do take note that we have an ongoing 500 vouchers giveaway to all the fans of Arena of Valor. All you have to do is to type !notify in the live chat and make sure you share the live stream publicly on your wall too. And make sure you add hashtag KCC AOV. And yes, what is up next is team, or names of the team again, sorry. It is team Archangel Super from Indonesia and BANAL BOYZ from the Philippines. So we're gonna start the draft anytime soon, but for the meantime, I want to ask our casters, so far do they find the matchup between the differences in their countries, even from Indonesia? Is there any noticeable kind of play that you see? Let me ask KZB first.
How come it's not loading?
Oh, what is not
Did you
loading?
load the game?
No,
Is
not
it
yet.
Picture?
Not yet.
Sorry, I got lost
I'm
there.
just
What are you
asking, like, if you found any noticeable kind of play style from, for example, this is the Philippine play style, this is Indonesian play style. Are there anything like that you have noticed, or not really?
I think each I think it depends on the team, not the country. Most teams, I think they attempt to try to execute proper gameplay and rotations based on what they see in the professional scene, especially like in international tournaments. So I think it just depends on how the team will use what they see in other tournaments and implement it on their own.
For sure. But now we have loaded into the draft. We're seeing a Kira ban, an Elandor ban even. And expectation-wise, do you have any, Victoria? Because we've seen the games of these teams already coming from the previous round. But do you have any like thoughts? Especially, I think BANAL BOYZ it's the second time we see them, but Archangel Super is the first time.
Yeah. I'm expecting the usual bans, but instead of pain, like I said, you need to be very effective, like that zip, those zip bans, and also the D-Rack ban. The most impactful heroes at the clashes right now. I would disregard Kira at the ban and pick if I was the one. Most of the pro players just disregard Pain, Kira. They ban Laville, Elandor, Zip, and maybe Alice.
Oh. I'm just saying something wrong about their placing right now. It's supposed to be blue team BANAL BOYZ and red team Archangel Super. So, but both of them were ready, so I'm not too sure if they have agreed on that. So if they continue the draft, but in the back end, I'll be checking out their team captains if they're fine to continue regardless on the positioning in the lobby. But yeah, KZB, what's so far in here in the draft right now?
We do see that the first pick for the side of Archangel Super, we get this D-Rack first pick. Just like the previous game, we do see that this D-Rack is really first pick material. If you leave him open, they will surely be picked first.
D-Rack, which was your personal MVP a while ago, is here again on the side of Team Archangel Super. But yeah, we'll see about that. Two tanky heroes so far being hovered by Team BANAL BOYZ. What does this say? What does it say? If they lock this in, what does this say? Vittorio.
Yeah, I think this is more of a protection lineup, especially Superman has that push. Also, the Tane is very, very tanky, and also that push and stun. I'm seeing maybe we're gonna see a double marksman or a very, very squishy mid lane and a marksman jungle. In the side, yeah.
Yeah, and well, now usually me, I like picking any heroes that has true damage when there are a lot of tanky heroes. But it all depends on the team right now because it can be managed or you can adjust your itemization. But now we're seeing a pretty similar trend. This is once again a Kha'Zix and D-Rack on one place. It feels like a nostalgia from the previous match we've seen a while ago between Hilab Esports and All Star. And is this a trend right now? Is this a trend right now, KZB?
I don't think it's like a trend. I think they just really consider how well Kha'Zix and a D-Rack work together, just as Vittorio mentioned in the previous game. And plus, the Richter is also one of the prio picks in terms of DS laners as well.
Well, Violet with a good pose. Yeah. Thoughts about this Violet if they lock this one in? It is a good pick for the side of Team BANAL BOYZ right now, Vittorio. I mean, Kafeni's open. But how do you find Violet right now in the current meta?
I think Violet has a lot more late game potential. He has more range than any marksman in the game. Especially if he's very farmed, he could maybe one shot, two shot enemy squishy heroes like D-Rack. At the same time, we're gonna be safe in the back line while you're doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, I guess so though that she needs to reserve her roles, making sure that she has that, especially if there are good dive heroes coming from the side of Archangel Super, like that of a Kha'Zix and maybe the Richter, flanking towards the side lane. But for the meantime, ooh, it is the first time I think that I see a Zephys getting a ban in a tournament. Is this worth it? Okay, well, they're changing it, but they're deciding just in case. But let me ask KZ now. Do you think that just in case, Zephys is already worth of a ban or no?
I don't think it's based on the hero per se. It's more of how the opposing team is composing their composition. So I think if they did secure that Zephys pick, it would be still a good ban just because it will avoid any jungle that can just assassinate the Violet right from behind and like go in and then go out of the team fight. I think that would be still good as a ban.
Alright then. Matchup in the mid. Is Crixie a good choice just in case against the Dirac Vittorio?
Yeah, Crixie is still a very, very good choice, especially in ambush situations. The key here is how they control the river lane. Dirac is very, very easy to ambush if he is not with his support. But he has a lot of clearing potential, especially in creep wave. So he would be able to have a head start and go in. But if they are able to capitalize on the mobility of the Dirac, they would definitely be having the upper hand using that Crixie.
Alright then. Kilgroth, it could be the matchup against the Superman. Ooh. I wonder though if both of the teams are actually planning for a marksman jungle, because Violet could also go into the jungle. Fennec obviously, because there's no other heroes getting picked and hover on the side of Archangel that is about to go in the jungle. So yes, it could be a Fennec jungle on the side of Archangel Super, but yeah. Any other predictions so far on the last pick? Ooh, Zephys is available. I think Banal BOYZ is happy about having Zephys on their lineup because they are even planning on banning this hero one out. KZB, is this good news for Team Banal BOYZ, or do you prefer any other lineup so far?
I think if they do lock it in, it's a good jungler for their composition. The thing is with the Fennec jungle on the side of Archangel Super is that he's very hard to catch. So without anyone to set for him, I don't think he'll be able to kill the Fennec with the mobility he has. That's my opinion about it. So there.
A change of skin though. But yeah, what about you, Vittorio? Now that they have locked in the Zephys, do you have any preference in terms of the overall comp that these two teams place onto the table?
Yeah, I prefer the Archangel Super, but it doesn't mean. I still think Banal BOYZ, based on the drafting, has also potential. So I'm still gonna stay in the middle ground. Ever since the previous game, they're confusing me. I think every drafting right now is always in the middle ground. There's no draft that's above.
Right. Well, of course, I guess that's why you have to always count in how these teams will execute their plays. But for the meantime, I'm gonna leave the table on for KZB and Vittorio to cast this match between Archangel Super and Banal BOYZ. Get it on, casters.
Yeah, thank you, Kaisaya. So for a quick recap, for Archangel Super, it's Ode at the Kha'Zix site at that Fennec, Tricot on that Richter, 8 at that Dirac, and Nevermore using that Yena.
And for the side of Banal BOYZ, we have Bunker Ross as Thane, X Azure as Superman, October as Violet, Stolen as Kha'Zix, and Ray Koshi as that Zephys. So we have just started this game, guys, and we do see that both teams are positioning themselves around the river. I think they're just going to try to position in a sense so that they can provide some vision for their teams. And we do see that the Crixie was able to do a little bit more damage onto the lane, but they both finish the wave clear at the same time, but they do get a lot of poke damage onto the Crixie here in the mid lane.
It's you know, the first clear wave is not that effective as much as you like, since Crixie and Direct is kind of slow at the early. So, but we'll definitely see their presence when, you know, when it reaches the mid game.
Oh my gosh, are they going to get this first blood onto the Thane? No, they will disengage that fight, but he got a lot of damage put onto him because of that combo for the Kha'Zix and the Dirac as well.
It's just, you know, normal exchanges. No one's really that going above each other in this early game. They're playing it safe, playing it smart.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But we do see that the Zephys is positioning himself around this bottom tier. And the Zephys' ulti doesn't hit our Dirac, but the rest of the members here of BANAL Boy? Archangel Super, they're here, as well as the rest of the members of BANAL Boy. So they will disengage this because for Archangel Super, that was a 4v3, and they know that it's not a good idea for them to go engage that because the Fennec was busy with our Spirit Sentinel. But we do see that our BANAL Boys secure the first Abyssal Dragon of the game. Our Archangel Super has just arrived here, the Fennec, but they will just choose not to engage this team fight and go back to farming for this game.
Just playing it safe. I think it's very, very smart that they got the Abyssal Dragon, but no one really got the lead with the Abyssal Dragon. So let's see, since Zephys is already starting at this red camp. And you see a lot of skirmishes happening in the top lane and bottom lane, but no one's really getting a kill.
Yeah, we do see 3 members of Archangel Super here in the bot, and here in the top we do see that there are... Okay. Is that allowed?
Yeah, they paused the game during the time Superman was pushing Diana. I don't know if this will be counted as a strike against them or a disqualification.
But I'm guessing not. There's a pause right away. I'm not sure, but the Yena's able to escape freely. I don't know what happened there, but it was the blue team that paused that game. But we do see that the Yena's being super aggressive to this Superman. The Phoenix just right behind them, and I think they're gonna get first blood onto the Superman, with the rest of the members of BANAL Boys just here in the mid lane helping to clear so that they can rotate some elsewhere. We see that our Zephys is just casually farming here, but we're trying to see a gank onto the Crixie. There are 4 members of Archangel Super here. I think they're gonna get the kill onto the Crixie, and they do, but the wave clear was done right away by the Zephys, so no tower push was made.
Everything was ill-timed. I think they were more geared in the upper lane before the pause to kill that Yena, but we would never know what would really happen. Since the Yena had the upper hand after the pause. Yeah.
I'm not really sure what really happened there, but we do see a gank onto the Yena by the Crixie and the Superman. She still has a little bit of a sliver of health, but she takes Superman down with her, though she and she survives. I thought that it was a 1-for-1, but she was able to survive that and kill the Superman at the process.
The Yena is really doing a good job right now. It's already at almost 0.5k in gold lead against the enemy Superman, and also, you know, it's gonna be hard for them right now since the DS is gonna be very pressured.
Yeah, but we do see that there's a clash here in the mid lane, and they got a gank onto the Kha'Zix and the Dirac, and they're both dead. and I think they're gonna get additional kills to the Richer. Does he have his second skill? And will he survive? He does not, but our Yena has just arrived here to help clean this fight up. The Fennec and the Yena are doing so much damage to the rest of the members of BANAL BOYZ, but we do see that that Arctic Orb saving the life of the Zephys. You think happened there, Vittorio?
Yeah, it was a good clash. The Fennec wasn't in position to, do a lot of damage. You see here that we're having a clash here. The Zeph is missing that dead landing and bursting out that Crixie. The Fennec just hitting, just having a good time free hitting everyone.
Yeah, and they're still here. Trying to gank on the Thane, and the Thane also pays with the life. The bio is so low right now. The Crisix is in a position to catch her with that skill, and they secure the kill on the Violet as well. So our Archangel Super Team is ready to take the second tower of the game. That's mid lane first tier tower.
The red team tower has been destroyed.
And we're seeing here in the bot lane.
Yeah, there's something happening there, and they gank onto the Zephys again, and he pays with his life, and our Crisix, though very low, he's able to survive that clash again. So for the side, what do you think BANAL BOYZ can do so that they can get back into this game? There's a hefty gold lead already at this moment in time, Vittorio.
They need to regroup and, be able to farm in peace. I think it's very, very dangerous for the Violet to be there in the bottom lane, but they're focusing on the Superman at the top lane. They should do a switch lane as early as now, since the Superman can't really soak up the damage and get free hits.
Red team tower has been
We get the secure out to the Zephys. Are they gonna get this kill? They do get it, but I think the Yena will pay with their life in that clash. But here on the bot lane, we do see that our Violet and Thane were able to secure the first tower for our BANAL BOYZ team. But here in the mid lane, we see that they're still trying to get a little bit of heads up onto the tower pushes. But we do see that the Thane has just arrived to help his teammates. We do see the Crisix very low. What burst damage we have from the Violet? He pays with his life here. And I think our Archangel Super Team will try to disengage this, but for now, we do see that they're just trying to eyeball each other. Is it safe to engage? Is it not? We do see that Archangel's trying to secure this Abyssal Dragon, and they do succeed in securing it with a little contest from BANAL BOYZ here. But we do see what a nice ultimate by the Dirac, securing a lot of members from BANAL BOYZ, and they're not done yet. Though the Thane is still alive, the Dirac and the Phoenix burst damage is just too much for them to handle. We do see that the Yena is just busy zoning our Violet here, and the rest of the members of Archangel Supers are very well executing the rotations.
The momentum right here right now is that Archangel Super is having everything under plate. Now we'll see here a clash, KZT.
Yeah, and we do see another clash here, but I think they will try to disengage this as overextending it. They will not be able to secure any objectives. But while all of that was happening, we do see that Archangel Super was able to secure the first Dark Slayer of the game. We see that the Crixie is very low, trying to set something from her team, but she does not get any knock up or that much poke damage to Archangel Super here. And we do see that the Fennec really has his eyes on the second tier tower in the top lane. We do see that there are 4 members here of BANAL BOYZ trying to contest their take. The Drake hasn't been summoned yet, but we do see that our Archangel Super team is positioning themselves in a nice way so that they will be able to execute a tower push soon. We do see that the Richer really tried to wait for the Violet to come to that area and was able to snipe her there. The Bio had no chance of escape there. And with that, we do see that the Superman's trying to, I think, poke a little bit onto the Richer, but he will disengage that as I don't think he will be able to do much damage here. And at the top lane, we do see that Ariana is able to get a second tier tower. The Thane's trying to escape. He has some shield coming on, but the burst damage coming from Archangel Super is just too much. And we do see that there are just a little bit of wave clear that they need to do for Archangel Super, but they are really winning this clashes. And we do see that Superman trying to clear the wave, and he successfully does, but the Drake is still able to hit the tower, and they get the first inhibitor tower of the game here in top lane. The one creep is still alive, as well as the Drake. We do see that the Rich is so very aggressive, getting to the Zephyrus, getting a lot of poke damage onto him, but the rest of the members of Archangel Super are really aimed on taking another objective rather than trying to push nothing. They do secure a second tier here in the bottom lane, while they are still trying to push, I think, another inhibitor tower. They're very healthy for the side of Archangel Super. What a nice figure in by the Kha'Zix, getting the Thane, but no, there's no backup coming from his teammates there. And I think right now, Archangel Super will disengage this fight and this tower push. So what do you think Banal BOYZ can do, Vittorio?
There's not much that they can do right now with that almost 10k gold lead. I think what went wrong here right now is that the Violet was trying to clear lanes by himself. He should always join his support. Let the Superman clear the lanes. Just trying to protect and let them overextend. That's the only thing what Banal BOYZ can do in this match. They just, wait for the opportunity, let them overextend, and then punish them.
Yes, I agree with you there. And I think any overextension in aggressive tower push will really spell a good team clash for Banal BOYZ there. But I do notice that our Richer for the side of Archangel Super, he knows his target. He always tries to position himself wherein he can just burst down the Violet before she even has the chance to do anything. We still see the Yena spotting out this Crixie, and the Crixie is bursted down by the Yena. This is gonna be a 4v5 with Archangel really in the lead right now. They are leading in gold and tower push, and also their waves are pushing all over the place, while our Fennec is able to summon the Drake here in the bot lane. We do see that our Yena's being super aggressive to the Thane. The Thane is just trying to clear waves with the assistance of the Superman, and they're not still able to clear the wave, but with that ultimate from the Vio, they're able to clear the mid lane. But here in the bot lane, we do see that the Drake has been summoned here, and I think this is their next objective for the side of Archangel Super. We do see that I think our Dirac's trying to bait them out. They're trying to enter into the death push that's prepared by Archangel Super. We do see an ultimate from the Crixie, but there's not much damage here. But we see that the Superman and the Dirac's ultimate's helping them, but at the same time, there's just so much burst damage coming from Archangel Super that Banal BOYZ just can't really have it in them to burst them down. Though two carries for the side of Banal BOYZ are still here. We see the Richer being very aggressive to the Violet here, but the rest of the members of Archangel Super just tower lock this game and secure the win.
There was a lot of things that happened, and Violet was already in the lead at the early stages, but she was she was doing what the DS laners should have been doing, clearing the lanes by himself, so that he got any DS laners like Richter and Niena would have a good time killing unprotected Violet. So what is your take on that, Kaisaya?
What is my take on that? I think it was a happy scythe overall. That Fennec on the side of Archangel Super, basically well protected, and at the same time it was him not only happily farming, but at the same time the side laners and actually all the laners was making sure that they do not die as much as possible. They choose the engages that they will only focus on, so that their jungler will have a good time, and anyway that will be their carry in the game. And so overall, I think at the same time Archangel Super was also just basically objective in their kind of play that they want to do. So yeah, that's my take. But yeah, Banal BOYZ fan, don't you worry. Fans, don't you worry, because Banal BOYZ can still be seen in the lower bracket at the Kaisaya Community Cup. Meantime, Archangel Super will be heading on to round 3. So how about you, KZ and Vittorio? Let's start with KZ. Your thoughts about this match overall?
Yeah, I think what really did it for our Archangel Super team, the combo of the the Crisix and the D-Rack. Just as like the first game that we saw, the way that they set up team fights for their team, it makes it very easy for the Fennec to secure the kills, and the very fast rotations that both the Yena and the Richter provide for their team really secured their win for me.
How about you, Vittorio?
Well, what really shown in that game was how the supports, like the Crisix, was very vital and crucial in protecting the Fennec. I think what Archangel Super Support did was way better than the performance of Tane. He wasn't able to really protect that Violet, and at the same time the positioning of the lanes. Well, they weren't able to switch lanes as effectively as they should.
Oh, for sure, that was a lesson learned, and they can still possibly make a comeback in the lower bracket. Meantime, I want to give you shout-outs to the viewers on YouTube. Many of the Indonesian viewers right now are in there, so shout-outs to Pixie and Gigi Myong, Nathaniel Wu as well, and of course to those who are currently watching on Facebook, Mark Torres, G-Joy Rivera, JV, Brian Plotenya, Putra, PSV, thank you so much for the support for our event. Don't forget that we also have 500 vouchers giveaway ongoing on my Facebook Live. Just type !notify and share the live stream publicly on your wall with the hashtag KCCAOV. For the meantime, we're going to be heading on to a short break for the final series for tonight. It is Dolphin Squad versus Fern and Friends. Me, KZB, and Vittorio will be back after a few minutes break. Don't you go away.
Daiji な人を助けたいって気持ち、私にもよくわかるから。行くわよ。終わりよ。耐えた。待ちなさい。
Double kill!
Lightning Ball!
スタースプラッシュ。キリト君は私が守る。決める。
Triple kill! Legendary! Double kill! Triple kill!
How will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying, without trying? And how will we ever see if we are meant to be?
heavens win.
Run on hammer time.
The wind holds all the secrets.
Your team has destroyed the tower. Legendary.
I am heaven's will.
Enemy has been defeated. Destroy the tower. Your team has destroyed the tower.
And yes, we are back here for the final series in the evening here at the Kaisaya Community Cup Arena of Valor for the month of July 2020. It is me, Kaisaya, your host, and our casters will be KZB and Vittorio. The last series that you are currently taking a look at is Dolphin Squad versus Fern and Friends, both coming from the Philippines. So, do you know any of those players from these teams, KZB and Vittorio?
I think I know some of them, but I'm not sure if it's them.
It's just maybe the account.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Team's turn
I
to
think
ban.
Sai is Sai. You know, Sai,
Yeah.
the Sai that we know. But I'm not too sure about the others. It could be them. I mean, who wouldn't love to go back to Arena of Valor? Maybe after they take a break or something. How about you, Vittorio? Do you know any of these players right now currently playing?
Yeah.
Who?
I just know Sai and Mei.
Sai and Mei. There
Yeah.
goes Miel and Mei. Quite confusing names right over there, but well, okay. Let's talk about the draft now. We're seeing quite an unusual ban in here. Seeing a Raz and Malok ban on the side of Dolphin Squad. I personally don't find it necessary. Like there are better heroes that could be banned, but this could be something that they are maybe not prepared of picking on their side. But there's a Valheim pick. They're going for comfort here, obviously. Thoughts about this, KZ?
I think it's okay. I enjoy people who like to use their comfort picks, because sometimes when you try to go with what's meta and you're not entirely confident in how to use the heroes, you might not be able to execute in really well, rather than just going with your comfort heroes, and then you guys get the execution really well. So
I agree on that one, actually. So why go for meta picks if you don't even know how to make use of a hero? For example, Florentino is meta, but then again, you're just super bad in making use of that hero. And I do believe that's one of the heroes that really needs some practice if you really want to master it, because it's a highly mechanical hero. But for the meantime, a Valheim and a Wire, what do we see any combo in this one, Vittorio?
Yeah, I've never seen no Wiro very used in pro games. Maybe this is gonna be an eye opener for us. Maybe this is a surprise pick. I personally don't like Wiro, but you know, if he knows how to use the hero, then why not, right? But we're seeing here an Ellender and a Zip combo, so it's gonna be hard, definitely, for Dolphin Squad.
Yeah, and well, it's not locked in there yet. Another combo that I also like is the Zip and Elendor, because just really fast, you know, return for an Elendor if the teleport from Rui is available. But Anyway, they want to make use of Zip. I think this is also comfort for them, and at the same time, part of the meta. A lane is also one thing that is something that we can talk about. Do you consider a lane as part of the meta right now, KZ?
I think based on, well, normally new heroes, they're really almost always part of the meta. Though in most tournaments right now, I don't think they're using the patch where he's available to pick right now. But with his skill set, and if he builds the right items, he will be able to dominate his lane.
And yeah, maybe don't go for all damage a lane. That's what you're saying. Is that it? Well, it depends. If you put because he can go on the side or maybe the jungle. But if you go to the jungle, you definitely need some damage in there, if not all. But meantime, Lumber getting a secure here on the side of Dolphin squad. So far, it's looking tanky, and Valane might get some source of good protection on this one. Any thoughts, additional thoughts so far on the lineup of both of the squad so far, Vittorio?
Yeah, I think in the side of Fern and Friends, which is the blue side, they're more of going in. Because they know they're gonna be able to go out with if they execute the zip combo well. And also to the red side, all I see is protection. I don't know if Valheim is worth protecting since he's not really that, he doesn't really have a lot of damage in the late game. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, he got the stun, maybe he can free it or anything. But yeah. Any other thoughts so far? Okay, we see Kriknak ban. Is he worthy of a ban, KZ?
I think Kriknak has been banned almost all the games today, and I think he's just being banned just because of his potential as a jungler and assassinating marksmen that are very squishy. So I'm guessing that's why they choose to ban him, and very worthy of banning in my opinion.
Zilban seems like there's a lot of respect for the jungle heroes against Dolphin squad right now. Anyway, Dolphin squad doesn't have any junglers on their side. Azenka seems like almost all of the heroes on the side of Dolphin squad having that sort of CC, even hovering the Azenka at the moment. If in case they lock this Azenka in, I mean, it's gonna be the first time, I think. It is the first time that I will be seeing him again in the tournament. But they changed back into an Illumia. Regardless, seems like they're opting for a high CC hero in here. Vittorio, is Dolphin squad in a good or a bad position right now, given these 4 picks that they have showed?
Like I said, it's the way you utilize those heroes. Maybe they know more of how good they connect with each other.
Using these heroes?
Yes, they all have CCs on there. Valheim has CC, Vero has a CC, Lumber has a CC, Illumia definitely has a CC.
But at the same time, on the side of Fern and Friends, they got CC too, and at the same time damage. But I don't wanna give that doubt already on the pickings of Dolphin squad. A while ago we were talking about how the draft is just that much of a face value because it will still all depend on how you're gonna execute it. So we'll just see later on. Meantime, looks like this is another comfort pick for the side lane of Team Dolphin squad. How do you find the matchup? Oh, this is going to be a jungle Irie. How do you find the matchup between our junglers in here? Who's gonna clear fast? Who's gonna go slow? Vittorio.
10 seconds remaining.
Definitely, Ellender is gonna be faster. There's no way that Irie would ever be in front of an Ellender. But maybe they would have a plan to slow down an Ellender. We will never know.
Yeah, we will never know. But for the meantime, guys, this is the last series for tonight. To those who haven't typed in exclamation point notify or even share the live stream, take the chance on possibly winning 500 vouchers. To those who are currently watching on Twitch and YouTube, I am also live on Facebook. Just search Kaisaya, and whichever Kaisaya is live there, that is where you have to drop in your exclamation point notify. But there you go, we have loaded onto the battlefield. Your casters will be KZB and Victoria. Guys, do take it away.
Thank you for that, Kaisaya. And just for a quick recap, Fern and Friends, Sai at that Zip, Teritobos at the Ellender, May at the Alain, Keropi at that Crixie, and Miel at that Wonder Woman.
And for Dolphin squad, we have Mikagami as Illumia, Dolphin as Lumber, Cold PH as Irie. We see Vincent Lang as Valheim, and Banryu as Wiro. But we do see that there were 4 people trying to delay our jungler here on the side of Fern and Friends. And I think they will disengage this team fight. What a nice skill by our Wiro. I think they're gonna try to gag onto their Irie. There's so much burst damage coming from Fern and Friends, and they get the first blood onto the Lumber.
I think, if the Irie was able to get that blue, it would have been a quick turnaround. But now, they're just farming the red camp of Dolphin squad without any care for the world. They know they're still above in terms of the health, and they also got a kill. So now they already have accumulated almost 1k gold lead over Dolphin squad.
Oh, we do see that. I think our Zip is very low right now. Is he gonna get sniped here? The Wonder Woman is left alone, and she pays with her life, so that goes with a 1 versus 1 here in terms of kill count. And I think they're gonna get a secure onto the Zip, and they get another kill for the side of Dolphin squad. That was really good for them. They really need that place to breathe right now. So they're pushing this bottom tier. They're getting a little damage onto here, but we do see that the Elendar and the Wonder Woman are here to come back up their tower. I'm not sure if the Lumber is going to be able to escape here. The shield from the Wonder Woman, and they secure that kill onto the Lumber. The rest of the members of Fern and Friends are here, and they're here to position around the Abyssal Dragon. And we do see that there are 4 members here, and I don't think that our Dolphin squad is in a position to contest, and that first Abyssal was secured by Fern and Friends.
The position right now, it's kind of, the combos that what Dolphin squad has, I think they're not that organized such as what Fern and Friends are doing. And they're just, they're just pressuring them without any kind of answers.
I get what you're saying as well. And I think right now the Irie's struggling a little bit because when she jungles, she's very slow as a jungler, and it's allowing our Fern and Friends to be able to rotate faster around the map. And we see the Zip is already in the position, and I think he's ready to eat this blue buff bow. The Lumber spots him out, but he still successfully takes the blue buff of our Dolphin squad here. We do see that a lot of the members for both teams are around the bottom and mid tower, and I think the next objective will come soon. The Zip was able to take the Sage buff again away from the Irie, but here in the bot lane we do see a knock up onto the Valheim, and then as a secure onto him. Only the Lumber's alive with 4 members of Fern and Friends to execute him, and he dies in the process. We do see Wiro arriving here to try to clear the waves, but there's just so much burst coming from Fern and Friends, and he will back out from this team fight while the rest of his teammates are pushing this bot here, while the rest of the members of Dolphin squad are trying to defend their Sage buff. But right now, Fern and Friends is in a really good position.
It's spiraling out of control. As you can see, they're almost at 3.5k gold lead in favor of Fern and friends. And now they're trying to take their second Abyssal Dragon. Let's see if there will be any contest.
And we don't see any contest, unfortunately. The members for Dolphin Squad just weren't in that area to contest, and there were only 2 members there, so they can't possibly do that. But here in the top lane, we do see a gank onto the Weiro. The Weiro's passive has popped up, but there are 2 people to ensure his death. But there's a shield. The rest of the members of Dolphin Squad are here to help him, and they secure a kill onto the Zip. And right now, that went really well for our Dolphin Squad there.
They were able to secure a kill over a support, so I'm not really sure if you can call it well, but at least they could, relieve some pressure. Here comes the Alain at the bot lane.
And that Valheim really tried his best to survive that team fight, but with the ultimate available from the Alain, he just couldn't survive that onslaught by the Alain. And while all of that was happening, we do see that Fern and Friends secures this middle tier, first tier tower here. The Lumber's getting so much pokes onto him. What a nice knockup from the Zip. The rest of the members of Fern and Friends are just here to provide the burst damage they need to secure that kill. And while all of that's happening, the Ellender's just busy trying to push lanes. He was able to push a second tier tower here in the top lane, but he wasn't able to take the inhibitor tower here.
This is a pretty dominating game for Fern and Friends. Maybe because of the crucial mistake that they did at the first. They weren't able to steal the blue buff and instead got massacred. Yeah, so like I said, invading is really a very risky factor that could affect the early to mid game and supposedly the late game.
Yeah, I agree with you there. They're struggling a little bit on the gold, especially because of that attempt in stealing the blue buff. Well, the Crixie gets a nice knock up onto the Irie and secures the kill onto her, and the Valheim as well. Though the Lumia ultimate is up, he gets a stun on 2 people, but the damage from the side of Dolphin Squad is just not there. Nice knock up, 3-man knock up from the Lumber, but the damage dealers aren't around to help them capitalize on the sets that they're making. There are 4 members here of Fern and Friends trying to push the middle tier here. But while all of that was happening, we do see that the Ellender was able to take the Dark Slayer by himself, and they were able to also secure the kill onto the Lumber. Though this is going to be very difficult and crucial clash for Dolphin Squad. We do see that the Drake has been summoned here in the top lane, doing a little bit of damage onto the inhibitor here, but they're also focusing on the mid tier, and they do secure that middle tier tower, while the Alain's just going right into the team fight with the ultimate from the Irie going in and out. There's just too much damage coming from Fern and Friends that only Lumber here is alive to defend this tower. There's only 1 creep still alive, but I think our Fern and Friends side, they're just gonna try to wait out this next creep wave. The Lumber will try to defend his tower as much as he can, but I don't think he has the CC to burst down the creeps, and this is a victory for our Fern and Friends. Congratulations.
Yeah, GG, well played to Fern and Friends. They were, they capitalized on the mistake that the Dolphin Squad did. What do you think about that, Kaisaya?
Just like what you have mentioned a while ago, guys, it was a dominating match between these 2 because of the initial mistake that was... Well, it was not a mistake to actually go for an invade, but you have to consider the lineup of your opponent and your lineup. Is your lineup fit to go for an invade? Maybe, but is it fit to go for an invade going up against a lineup that has a Zip? I don't think so, because Zip can just, protect and help his teammates given that early game time that he has with his teammates. And at the same time, that is an Elandor really fast in the jungle. He just needs to trigger his double attack right after going back in the butterfly. And yeah, that actually didn't make, but instead break what the Dolphin Squad could have possibly done for their lineup. But then again, lesson learned, right? I mean, they can still make a comeback in the lower bracket. Dolphin squad just come back stronger. Meantime, Fern and friends, congratulations on to moving on to round 3 in the upper bracket. But I want to ask you guys as well, what do you think about that overall, KZB?
I think that it's just like the previous game, wherein the early game really set the tone for the game, and I think over investing in trying to steal the opponent's buffs. I don't think it's a good idea, especially if you're very low level, you don't have the skills to escape or anything. So I think that's where it went wrong for Dolphin squad.
How about you, Victoria? I thought you have the same thoughts, but any other things that you find that was quite a mistake for the side of Dolphin squad? Apart from that, because we know that fact already. So are there any other things that Dolphin squad could possibly clean up for them to be able to hopefully make a comeback in the lower bracket?
Yeah, actually, the gold lead wasn't that big at the early stages. When they also got some kills when the Zip and Wonder Woman tried to take the blue buff. After that, the support was just hovering in that Valheim. It was almost open for the gankings of Fern and friends because they didn't have the vision in the middle river where the support was supposed to be.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
they should polish that.
Oops, sorry about that. Sorry about that. My alarms are super noisy. It's just calling me to do some other work already. But yeah, that was our thoughts. And thank you so much to all the viewers who tuned in to the matches that we presented for you guys today. I just want to thank our sponsors once more. Before we close this, Garena AOV Indonesia, Richard Tyers from Scotland, SRAC Gaming, Arthelian Gaming, thank you so much. If you still want to support this event, just message me on my Facebook or anywhere else in social media. But yeah, tomorrow again, same place, same time. I just want to give this floor meantime to our casters to promote whatever they have to promote, maybe their streams or their schedule, what do they got. Let's start with KZB.
Hey guys, it's KZB. If you guys have the time, kindly like and share my page. I go live for AOV, sometimes ML also, and I'm thinking of CODM also as well. So that's all, and support everybody in our community, whether in tournaments and also in streaming.
That's great. Yes, I would love to hear that, to support the streamers that we have here in AOV so that we can enjoy the Facebook gaming event. Anyway, Victoria, how about you? What do you got in there?
Yeah, I would just like this opportunity to thank all my supporters. Angela Sky, Clay KS, Dana Paliso, Nikki, Reggie Miranda, J. Revilla, Matitan, Chito, Char from the Char Nation, and Mark Joshua. And also to my supporters in Vittorio Gaming, I hope you guys tune in to my stream. I stream AOV, sometimes ML, eventually LoL Wild Rift, and also some other games if you guys feel like it.
That is so great. What a collaborative effort. Not only, it's not just me, because without you guys, without the teams joining this event, without the casters talking and commentating about what is happening in the game, this won't be a success, and we won't be able to present this kind of event just how you see it right now on the streams. But yeah, we'll see you guys again tomorrow. It is me, Kaisaya, with KZB and Victoria signing out for tonight. See you guys again tomorrow. Bye.
はじめまして。私はアスナ。そしてこっちが。
どうも、キリトです。
今日から私たちしばらくの間新しいゲームにインすることになったの。
どんな世界なんだろうな。
今回のゲームはチームワークが重要なポイントになるのよね。
チームワークか。
ソロプレイヤーのキリトくん、今ハードルが高いかもって思ってるでしょ。
バレたか。確かにチームワーク重視のゲームって慣れてないから。
安心して、そのために私がいるんでしょ。キリトくん、一緒に頑張りましょう。
ありがとうアスナ。このゲームはとても有名でプレイヤーもたくさんいるって聞いてるから、がぜん腕が鳴るぜ。
そうだね。それじゃあ 早速ログインしてみよう。
あリンクスタート。
一緒に戦う仲間もいるよ。
よし行くぞ。